Good morning. Namaskar. This is Singh again to you. Bharat, my land, my soul, my life, and your all people's life. Every day, mostly we talk this way, that way, because Bharat is passing through a super critical phase of its gross system. If we do not see it now, if we do not care for it now, we shall not care for it ever. We are its subjects, its kids, from child to all seniors and veterans, all are kids of Bharat. And kids must care for its parent. If kids don't care of parents, what parents think, how they feel if you don't take care of parents. Bharat, an ancient nation with unknown date of birth, which we none of us know, a part of this world, part of humanity, a super soul nation, not only bodily nation, but that soul has gone somewhere, didn't come back. Seen thousands of years by our people, various changes in governance and public style and nature. God slavery and God freedom both had been free long back. Too rich a nation comparatively and too rich to full of intellectualism, full of brilliance and full of hard work. This nation, Bharat, had many names before, also had many cultures, hundreds of cultures, which cannot be forgotten. Public always remains in a country and constitutes boundaries of that country, and we too are same. We have traveled a lot, and current people are passing through a station on earth which is having difficulties in its motions, in its controls. Calendar wise it is 2019, but actually what it is we don't know. We take this 2019 according to Gregorian calendar. It's the year that shall be recorded in history with many ups and downs, many positives and negatives, and many changes in its management. This year 2019 in our country, in this land, Bharat, India, SSSDR, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic, according to our structure of constitution, headed by preambles, to which I call Bharat. Preambles for me means Bharat, for you may be anything. People call it Prastavna. I don't call it Prastavna, I call it Bharat, because it doesn't exist in capacity as Prastavna now, or a proposal now, or a presentation now, or a forward now. It's a fact now. We are SSSDR Bharat. This fact cannot be condemned, cannot be denied by any citizen of this country. And if he denies this, he cannot be called a person with sound mind. We are sovereign, we are socialist, we are secular, we are democratic, and we are republic. That is main beauty of ours. And these combinations of 5 parameters, 5 qualities, make us secured for justice, liberty, and equality. And we are all brothers according to this mathematical equation. This cannot be denied, cannot be condemned. You may be whatever height in this country. You know all this, I know. I'm just presenting to you for information. Everybody knows it. They know it in theory or in referral, but they don't know in reality. Hundreds of thousands of lawyers are there, advocates are there, judges are there. They know much, much more, man, multi times now. I know. I'm just a student of nothing in this case. But general knowledge is required. General knowledge about your nation, about rules, about laws are very important and significant. That is called GK. GK is a must. And whatever is happening now really is very much surprising to every citizen of this country, including all those who are Bhakts. Because Bhakts are also citizens of this country. They are, of course, living in some wrong direction. They are leading to by mistake or by something, or by faith, you can say. Faith is also recognized in this country. Belief is recognized in this country. And mind is on top of that. Why I am calling Bhakt? Because for my consideration, for my mind, Bhakt is a person who uses only conscious, who uses only heart-based management, and who doesn't enter a spectrum of mental power or mind or brain. Bhakt is limited mind. Bhakt is not wide mind. Bhakt has no wide span. Bhakt is narrow mind. Bhakt means you cannot think beyond that. What is taught to you or what you got understanding with. You may be religious bhakt, you may be political bhakt, or you may be bhakt to some individual leader. Bhakt means devotion. Bhakt means no determination. Bhakt means foolish follow-up. Bhakt means analytical lapse. Bhakt means only belief. Bhakt doesn't mean science. Bhakt doesn't mean mathematical equation. It's not criticism. It is just elaboration that I am giving to you. Bhakt of whosoever you are, congratulations to you. But think for Bharat first. That is your fundamental duty, not for your religion, not for your devote or devta whom you consider. That is second criteria, secondary statement, secondary position. Otherwise, you are owned, you owe your responsibility towards this land and towards people of this country that is known by name Bharat, India. Article 1 of Constitution of Bharat, India, name this union is India and Bharat. And then many other articles. And you are lucky that you got freedom from your cruel past masters, British, and before that Mughals, and before that Pandits or Aryans, and before that I don't know who were they. No need, no benefit if you go back to thousands of years, because it's all history, or it's all, you can say, mythology. People call it mythology, though I don't call it mythology because that is a misleading term. I believe in history, but history must be authenticated, must be based on facts and not on stories. Stories are not approved, stories are not, you can say, conducive, just an imaginary. If you ask someone about past, they will not answer you about anything, but they will just start some story and refer to you. This is happened, this has happened, that's the reason we are accepting this. Well, that is all something in that diverse position. What I am talking about, current position. First of all, I'm in pride, highest degree of pride, to call myself Bharat citizen, Bharat ka Nagarik, Indian citizen, because I am that. And my constitutions mandates to me, empowers to me, that I am one of people of this country. We people, and I'm individual people, I'm an individual person, and I've got these 5 parameters which I just told you, and you know that. All this SSSDR based meaning, and I have got 3 freedoms, 3: justice freedom, equality freedom, and expression freedom. We got that, liberty. And one of brotherhood, one part of brotherhood, that is owned by everybody like in every nation, but our constitution is entirely different. This constitution is structured in 395 articles and further amendments that I'm not discussing at this stage. But every citizen has a right to know and to understand it and to use it. Because citizen of this country as a body of persons, you can say institution of country, which is institution of overall institutions, is a public, it's called public in law, is honor of this country. It's not government as honor, it's not judiciary as honor, or it's not legislature as honor. Public as a whole is honor of this country, and public means all citizens of this country, Bharat. We know it very well. So we should keep ourselves heads up that we are this nation. We are real government, we are real legislature, and we are real judiciary. Because why we need judiciary? We need judiciary because when 2 persons cannot agree for something, this is a dispute, you can say, and they refer to someone, that's called judiciary. Nothing else, otherwise judiciary is not required. Or law and order is not maintained, then judiciary is required for punishment. Otherwise, there is no function of judiciary, in fact. So we need judiciary because we all cannot move on individual levels or in group levels for something. For that, some third party is required. Why legislature required? Because we are 140 crore people or 1400 million people in this country. We cannot sit together and make certain rule ourselves, which is called direct democracy. Direct democracy in a way that we decide, we legislate ourselves, and it's not practically possible that all people sit in one place and decide something, and that's the reason that we squeeze ourselves to a mini body, and that's called parliament, to decide for us. That's called legislature. Lok Sabha plus Rajya Sabha plus president of this country equal to parliament. That's another point. Then we need some workers who have to implement all these decisions, which are resorted to by judiciary or to by legislature. These workers are called Government of India Executive Department. So they are all workers. They may be officers, they may be ministers, or may be prime minister or president. In that capacity, they are all workers to implement all the decisions. This is a simple definition, but it is very important definition. And we people, as collective body, collective institution of this country, are real government. In law, work of legislature is called to government work, work of executive is called to government work of president is called to government work, and work of judiciary is government work, and work of all delegated institutions or delegated legislatures are government work. Autonomous bodies or something, all are government works. But we are all, our work, super government. So I feel pride in calling myself government, self-government, sovereign people. Sovereign people itself is government, and republic state itself is government. Because republic means you are in place of king, and sovereign means you have to decide your future, your present, for yourself. Yourself you have to decide. That means sovereign. Sovereign, actually it is Hindi word, self-rule. Riyan means Raja, Rana, self, Swaran, self, Swayam Raja, Swayam Rana, Swaran, Swayam, self Raja. I think like that. Interestingly, well, we also call Bharat Bhagya Vidhata, and we are Bharat Bhagya. Bharat means public has to make its own future itself, define it, decide it, and agree on this and work on that. That's Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. And Vande Mataram, I salute my motherland, Simple. I define my motherland, I understand my motherland, and I appreciate my motherland, I admire my motherland, and I bow before my motherland, and salute my motherland. This is simple. Vande Matram. Sujalam, Sufalam, Malaya Sheetalam, Sahasya Shamlam. First line is that. Sujalam, best water. Sufalam, best fruit. Suajalam, best water. Jal is water. Sufalam, fal means best fruit. And Malaya Sheetalam, south wind, which is very, very soft. And Sahasa Shamlam. This is like, means we have to move it like this. Means we have to understand our rights. We have to get our rights from this nation and give our rights to this nation. That is in our fundamental rights as well as our duties, fundamental duties which I have to dispose of. We all know about it. I will post it on this text. Read that. Every time I cannot repeat all that. First means we have to understand, we make an understanding. Of course, we missed this understanding for last 7 decades. It doesn't make a difference. It's never too late because it's a nation. Nation has to move for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So 70 years is a very small piece out of this life of this nation. So it's not too late. I was sure, and still I am saying, we got free in 1947, but we were free physically, geographically, mentally. We had never been free. We had never been free mentally, unfortunately. We were not very well educated. In 1947, society was not at high profile of education. There was nothing in this country, actually speaking. It's a wealthless country. Of course, we were not having that level of population as we have now. That way also we will too poor, you can say, or too rich, you may say, anything you can consider. If you compare strength of population, volume of population in 1947, it was around 30 crores or 35 crores. It's not more than that. If you compare now 140 crores, means 4 times or 4.5 times we are. What a progress we have got in population. Don't blame on some community, just it is general. Don't differentiate between religions, it is general. Every family had 10 kids, not less than 10 average, 6 kids, 7 is very common in every family. Because there was no education, there was no understanding. All citizens were generally agriculture community. You can say inundative community. A community thrived economical based on farming. That type of community we had. And it was good. Because we were not depending on government service or private service. Of course, very few people were there in that sector. Yet, self-growing, self-farming, and self-fruit, your honor of your agricultural industry in home, you had your wheat grains, you had your rice grains, you had your vegetables, and you needed very small amount for maintaining remaining requirements of life to meet daily ends. This was so simple. No major facilities were there, no electricity, no treated water, no RO, no television, and no calculator, no computer, nothing. Hence requirements were very limited. People were very healthy because air was very clean, and when clean air was there and you had to do hard work on farming, you could digest even fats. So people very rarely sick because of something else. There could be less level of hygiene, because of that people was sick. No maintenance of health, not keeping good housekeeping. There could be many other points which have got no relevance at this stage. What I'm just referring to that stage is because you just imagine our initiation, our threshold of independence. That was our threshold of this country's freedom. You could not find many engineering institutions, many medical institutions, and many other institutions in this country at the time. Education was very, very down. Actually, it was negligible. Few institutions were there in engineering only, but that were not working too well. So, not major army, not major air force, very limited. It was a deserted country, you could say. They can say that whatever was developed by our British people, that was only otherwise no schools, That scratch, that scratch level of Bharat was received in 1947. Just keep yourself in that position. Every citizen, keep that. You are in 1947. You cannot even study at night. You cannot, live your way. No community information, no national information, and very simple life. Very little cheating. People believed in each other. People used to interact with each other. You can say, education was given high priority because people loved education. People loved knowledge. People were not interested to become billionaires at that time because survival was a question at that time, even survival. People migrated from Pakistan that time when Pakistan was created. Millions of people migrated to this, and millions of people from this end migrated to that end. So there was a conflict during this transition, during this transaction. There's this, you can say, change management, because our country broke into two. Whatever reason was there, no use. It broke. It's a fact of life. Many countries break in whole world. We face that. Then we travel 7 decades, and we are in 2019. Constitution was drafted. It was published in 1950. Then all those laws which were enacted during British regime continue to be in force, and those were not continued but repealed by President Governor General. 7 years time was given to him, allowed to 7 years, 5 years, whatever was given to that point to either adopt those laws or to destroy those laws. It happened. We started our parliament, we started our legislature, executive, and Governor General was replaced by President. And judiciary continued their laws with different designations. Chartered courts were there. Calcutta was chartered court, Bombay chartered court, Allahabad chartered court, and many others. And one time Supreme Court was not existing, it was High Court. Then later on Supreme Court was chartered court, and later on converted to Constitutional Court. Even Law Ministry was chartered one time. Law Ministry and Government of India Act was there, 1935 Act and before 1919 Act, and that was repealed by Independence Act, India Independence Act 1947, in which both countries were mentioned, Pakistan and Bharat. There was no separate act for Pakistan. Both were there in that same act, India Independence Act 1947, which created two domains, Bharat and Pakistan. You can download that India Independence Act and read that. One date was appointed, and that appointment day was 15th August 1947 for British to leave this territory, and whole responsibility was transmitted to these nations. All responsibilities which Queen or that King owned were withdrawn. This is that act. All geography were defined. There was no question of any religion mentioned, that this country is because of this religion or this is because of that. This is all created nonsense. People are just spreading fake matters, fake news. This act does not specify any religion. You can download and see that one. Open your eyes and mind. I'm not a politician. I'm not interested in that. I'm just talking you logical and facts, documentary facts. I've gone through all, and I feel pleased that people were clear in mind that time, with British people or our people. People can say, and they say that Jawaharlal was bad and Gandhi was bad. Okay, they were bad, fine, thank you very much, no problem. I have no personal relation to them. I have national relation to them. I have master's relation to them. If they were bad, thank you with them. If they were good, also thank you with them, because they have gone. You cannot change what happened. You have no power to change. You just correct what is wrong. You think it's wrong, it's your best interest to correct that. If you are a good citizen of this country, and just giving bad names means you are giving bad names to yourself, because they are your forefathers. They were your forefathers. So like your forefathers, your individual forefathers, they are national forefathers. Subhash was forefather, Gandhi was forefather, Jawaharlal was forefather, and all were whosoever sacrificed for us, for our nation, for our future considered that time, they are all honorable, respectable, and above Bharat Ratan. Bharat Ratna is very small for them. So we can keep Bharat Ratna at their feet even, no problem. We have to consider ourselves from that standard. Politics is always there. Every country is there. Congress, BJP, all that. This will continue forever. If not Congress, BJP, someone else would come in. Politics is something else. I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about nation. Bharat means our people, and we have to first respect ourselves. So if you don't respect yourself, no one will respect you. You have to respect yourself. That is very much required criteria. If I don't respect myself, I don't respect my soul, I don't respect my nation. If I am good, I make nation good. If I am character person, I make nation character person. If I am a criminal, I make nation criminal. It is up to me how I think. What's basis of my thinking? What's my foundation? Many people can criticize me. Okay, thank you them. Thanks all. You have a right to criticize me, no problem. You have every right to call me bad, call me good, whatever. Also, I receive all because I am also responsible and you too are responsible. Both are responsible for this nation. Nothing wrong. You consider something, I speak wrong, okay, I speak wrong. If you consider I use something good for you, okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's humanity. Whatever you think, you express. Whatever I think, I express. But country is country. Governments come and governments go, this is usual. But constitution stays there. And one person, if anybody, if someone who thinks the constitution can be removed, then that person lives in fool's paradise, whosoever they are. This is not one man's constitution. This is public constitution, public constituted, this public produces. Every citizen has a right on that. Some robber or some intruder simply comes and says, no, I'll change this, I'll put something else, then that person is called mad, misdirected, misled. No one has got any right to change this constitution. This is public document. First public documents in this country. First powerful public document in this country that is equal to super law of this nation. No one is above constitution of this country. That is fact. No one. This document shall remain until this country remains. Yes, if country is enslaved, ruled by someone else, that time is different. Therefore, I am proud of this document. Constitution of India ko salam. Jai Bharat Samvidhan, Jai Constitution of India. First salute goes to Constitution of India, and another salute goes to all those who produced this and all those who involved themselves in freedom struggle, all people. That is my right, that is my duty, and that's honor for myself, and I salute all those pre-1947 involved people, freedom fighters, whole, and those who laid their lives all, and those who used their brain, analyzed this constitution, collected information from various sources, it synthesizes information, integrated, assembled all informations. All those people are salutable, honorable. Every person in this country has got this right. This right is not defined, but you have to define in your minds. Product is constitution. See quality of that. See manufacturer of that. See designer of that. That is what we have to understand. This is what education teaches you. Okay, you cannot go through all constitution articles, no problem. But at least you know constitution. You know structure of constitution. You know we people has got many highest meaning now. It's not simply a verb or a sentence, we people of this country. It is standard. It's the slogan, we people. It's not I people. It's not Hindu people. It's not Muslim people. It's not Isai people or ABCD XYZ people. It is we people. We people. Now 140 crore or whatever amount is there. What else? India is there. Bharat is there. So we people is my pride. It's something new. Title of this country. We people called Bharat. And I am really happy that education has brought awakening to our youth that Constitution does exist. It does exist. They have started knowing now because they have gone to school, they have gone to university. And if they at least know this much that Constitution is there, this means sun is seen rising. They were misinformed. They were misinformed. The Constitution has something to do with them or not to do with them. I have met many engineers, doctors, many professors, many others, and many youth. During my interaction with them, I was very disappointed. Disappointed because if you talk to them of the Constitution, they look surprised what I was talking to them. Senior doctors, senior engineers, managers, and all others. If you talk to them of this, they think something is as something alien is talking to me. If you talk to lawyers, that's fine. If you talk to those people who are involved with bureaucracy, that's fine. If you talk to those people who deal with this, that's fine. But in general, other than these, if you should talk to someone, you will find very unpleasing response. But though it's too late, yet it's better, good, that our students are rising. They are rising to occasion. They are talking of Constitution. They are talking of we people. They are talking of secularism. And they are talking of democracy. At least they are understanding what is secularism and what is democracy. This is quite enough. If they understand even these two parameters, forget socialism and forget sovereignty and forget republic, even these 2 points they understand, I think Constitution is successful. Dr. Ambedkar is successful. Public of this country is successful. Future of this nation is seen good if they know this. And student means country. Student means future. It means youth. If today youth are starting talking, tomorrow all students will talk and then nation shall talk. If you talk to those people who are not students, who are now senior and they are not very well educated, they don't understand all this. Yes, there is something like that. Means they know something is there but don't know actually what is that. And that's unfortunate. Means, however, we lost 7 decades just in knowing that there is a Constitution, and it brings some degree of pleasure to me, to my individuality, and also to crowds of people in this country, that something is there which is for them. It's for everybody. And I'm also happy that people are raising questions. These youth are raising questions about our management of government, management of nation, and that's very good. These political people had taken public for granted for 7 decades. I am talking about all. I am not saying past governments were very good or very bad. All abuse public, all abuse Constitution, all abuse power, all. To what extent was possible, was feasible by them, except in the beginning, you can say. People were taken for granted because they knew people were not very educated and they could not read documents. And this deficiency of this nation, they got benefit of. And public was deprived of their rights. And people were so innocent, they never minded. There were few people, only hardly 1%, 2% who were very well educated, and that is also particularly in field of law and not in field of sciences or engineering or others. Well, that was our deficiency in this country. Well, we have come out of that now. We have risen 500 times to 140 crore people. It's not good anyway, but we have. We have also advantages that out of this 140 people, we take 40% or 30% or 50% are educated to some standards, and then more than crores of people, you can say 20% people or more are very educated, higher education they got in, and millions of doctors and millions of engineers and millions of millions of advocates and millions of other professionals are available in this country. So that's a good deal, and it's good to means. Of course, there is other problem. Other problems are there, unemployment and many other problems are there. And despite that, we have a rich public, rich in education, aspiring public. We have a public that can do something, that can determine something. Minds have awakened. We have built minds. Before you say brain was drained, we used to say because they had very small brains. A small in sense, public they don't know. All public was not educated. We had public, but this was not brain. Now brain drain doesn't make a difference because we have brains and brains, crores of brains in this country. We have so many brains, so potential of brains that we develop Gulf countries, we develop Middle East countries, we develop West countries, we develop Far East countries. We contributed to development of whole world, in fact. Though they accept or they don't accept, it doesn't matter, but we did. Even at middle level or at labor level, work level or at intellectual level, we have contributed to development of whole world. That is our pride. And we have developed our language also. That's another pride, though they don't understand this. English is a language, Hindi is a language, there are regional languages. All languages are respectable and honorable. English is used as communication language for whole world. Major portion of even now, even Europe, you see, they were hesitant to use English. Now they are using that. Arab were hesitant to use English, they are using that. Whole Middle East was not inclined to use English, they're using that. Far East in China, people are using, though they are not having, internally they know English, they will speak it. No problem. They know without English, communication is not possible. In 70% of cases, English is used for communication, official and not official, of formal language of nation, but communication language. I have seen many contracts in Gulf countries. English is called contractual language or contractual official language, whereas official languages, their country's language, Arabic, for example. Arabic is our official language, but English is our communication language or contract language. This means indirectly they say without English we cannot move. Reason is documents are in that, specification that language, drawings are in that language. So you have to accept a part of that. Do not criticize that English is a foreign language or you cannot learn foreign language. Language is language. Can you tell me what's the meaning of smile? Which language is this? We have to respect that. Somebody raised some question about hello, what language it is. See, simple, we call hello on telephone. Somebody raised a question, which language is this? It's English. Somebody says it's English language. I ask him, I'm smiling. Which language is this? There are few words sometimes which are tongue pro, tone pro. Use them. Hi. What does it mean? Is it English or Hindi? You can use anyway. H-A-Y, hi, how are you? You can say that. H-A-Y, how are you? It can also be called hi. So hello, what is hello? Somebody says hello, somebody says hello, somebody says hello. If you go to Arab, they don't say hello. And Arabic say naam. It is sign. It's kind of code, signal. Yes, I am here. Hello. In Hindi, say hello. What does it mean? It means nothing. So don't go into such analytical study which results in nothing. Better understand humanity. Humanity is more important than all this. If my conscience is clear, I am able to support someone and ready to support someone. That is my humanity, and I have to support my nation, which is much more important than that. I may be very highly qualified person, I may be very professional, I may be very rich, but if you oppose my nation development, I am not a good citizen. I am not a good person in society. Students are rising. This means public is rising. It's not one university or two student question. It's question of thought, question of action. I was surprised to see one news during the CAA problem. What that was? In one university, they did not allow these students to go out and demonstrate. Police held them. If you go out, we will arrest you. We will detain you. 144 IPC was imposed. What to do? These students had to demonstrate, come what may, but they were not ready to be detained. Okay, they are students. They can think a lot because mind is meant for thinking till they are students. Okay, no problem. We will not go out. We will stay in our campus. They wore out their shoes and chappals or whatever they were and put outside in front of banners. Means they say, okay, we don't demonstrate, our shoes will demonstrate. What a high power of thinking. They place their shoes in rows and columns on floor and demonstration was done. They were sitting inside, slogan chanting, demonstrating inside because inside there was no 144. This is called innovation. This is called mind dynamism. This is called thinking potential. They did it. Don't underestimate students because students only study and think. They are not too serious about national problems. They are not too serious about solution problems until they study or until they are in university. And problem raised by students means must be solved, or else governments can be blown out. Students' power is youth power, energy power. Of course, there is enthusiasm without complete analysis or complete mental stability, yet power is power. You cannot blame students because they are students. Students means they have right to do this what they've done. You cannot blame. In your home there are children, boys and girls, daughters and sisters. They are all naughty, they play, they enjoy life, they want to enjoy life, and they want to. Same thing, these are all naughty because they are students. Blame goes to administrators, blame goes to government, blame goes to police because students are students. Can you take action against monkeys when they jump from one tree to another tree, climb over the hill? You cannot take action against them because they are children. Same thing, these are children. They are learning stage. And you learn something, your mistakes are forgiven. Yes, your marks are deducted, of course, but mistakes are forgiven. So you don't blame students for anything. Students never revolt like to set buses on fire. No, they don't do it. There is some impurity which enters there, antisocial elements enter there, and they do all this. This happened all the time in past also. Why shall a student do all this? My question to you. I was also a student. You too were a student sometimes. Did you do that? No. But if you don't listen to students, what shall you do? They are educated people. They are graduates or postgraduates or they are researchers. You cannot handle them your way. Have you followed studentship? Probably you were not students. I think so. Your actions on firing students or crushing them evidences that you never been to student life, college or university or schools. I am not supporting a student, but I am advocating for them because I was also a student. And a student often does like this. When I was in my final year of civil engineering diploma in 1974, we used to have all India trip, industrial trip, and one bogie of railway is given to all those students who moved. That was mandatory. That year was some problem and no budget, and government actually cancelled that tour. And of course, students are students. They have this educational opportunity to move from thousands of kilometers. All industrial cities, means Bokaro or wherever in other states. That's they used to tell, and it's a picnic for them. It's a tour for them, educational tool, as an entertainment tool. Students can't afford that themselves. They depend upon budget, government support. That time it was cancelled. People were not happy. What they did? Oh, why tourist cancel? You think students can digest that? Students mean 20 years age, 19 years age, 18 years age. This is good for them. Means for about weeks, for a few weeks, they have to move around India on Bharat. They unrested. No. And of course, some teachers, of course, guide always. Teachers also. Some teachers go with them, so they also have opportunity to travel here and there free of cost. Unrest, demonstration, everything. So what I mean to say is, when we did this long back, it was 1974. You can say about 40 years back. 50 years back, I think. 74, 25 and 25 and 50. Yes, 45 years back. When we did this, we are happy. We are too happy. Oh, we are doing this and we got an opportunity, of course. But if they do now, why do we complain? They are antisocial. They are terrorists. They are Naxalites. What does it mean? If they are antisocial, means their parents are antisocial, their teachers are antisocial, and their government is antisocial. Why do the government itself? If they do something, if they supported you, they were good. When they voted to you to power, they were good. And now they are asking for something, they are bad. How can you justify this equation? When they voted to you, these students, 35 crore people of this country, you are happy. They are youth of this country, they are future of this country. We have so many percent of youth in this country, whole world live. That time you are happy with them. And now if they are asking something, they are questioning you, you are saying, their clothes are telling what they are. What formula is this government? You are also their government. You are there because of them, and you are teaching them a lesson, and you are complaining about that. If students are bad, means you are bad. Because you are doing something which you even don't understand. Don't blame students. They have their rights. And you are government, you are royalty, you have your rights. And public has their own rights. It is constitutional nation. It is constitutional citizen. It is constitutional student. It is constitutional everything. You cannot demand anything from them without any constitution, without any power of constitution. You are there in power because of constitution. They are students because of constitution. Their demands are because of constitution. And public is talking of constitution. And constitution cannot be overruled by everyone. Constitution is constitution because you are under constitution. Respect constitution if you want to govern this country, and leave this government if you cannot respect constitution. You may be whatever, highest person in this country, but you are below constitution. You are under constitution. Constitution is government of this nation. Constitution is power of this nation. Everybody is this. This country is under constitution. Everybody is under oath of allegiance to this constitution. If you do not know that, you have no right to be in position of governance. Remember and understand, this is public mandate. This is not individual mandate. And public is about you. Public is sovereign and republic. You are only government, only a part of council of ministers. Public is public. Do you understand? You can bring any law, but you have to understand that law first. You cannot play with sentiments of people, with emotions of people, with lives of people. You have no such right in constitution. Yes, you can serve them. Analyze everything before bringing to Parliament. It's your duty. And to all MPs, do not play in hands of this government, because you are elected by people, not by government. All MPs of this country, particularly Lok Sabha, listen with open eyes and open ears. Watch carefully. You are also not owner of this country. You are people's representative, means public delegated to you on their behalf. Go to Lok Sabha. You are not delegate of Prime Minister. You are delegate of people of this country. You cannot say, you cannot decide on your own. Even government cannot decide on their own. Parliament doesn't mean absolute. People are there behind this. If people reject something, means Parliament got nothing. Everything law cannot decide. Everything court cannot decide. Public has power above court. Even if law is approved, law is notified, even if court upholds this, public is higher than court. Public as a collective institution is super power above all. If public rejects something, no one can stop it. Remember, public is power of this nation and not you, whosoever you are. You did not seek advice from public. You did not notify draft of this law, proposed law, and you just did in Parliament yourself, as people are your slaves. Are people your slaves? Those people who oppose this and those people who supported this, they did it just because of political reasons and not because of public reasons. Why? Are you slave to PM? Are you slave to cabinet ministers? What? You can decide whatever you want. Public is your servant, you think? No, you are public servant. Some inside Parliament you are doing your way. Public delegated you some power to work in public interest, to work in national interest, and not to do against the public interest. You are just explaining something irrelevant. Prime Minister says, Home Minister says something which are relevant. Prime Minister is pointing out clothes, dresses of people. Prime Minister of this country, chief executive person type, head of council of this country, head of council of ministers. Prime Minister, meaning is prime. Prime is, and is talking what dress of people can tell, who they are. I am really surprised on definitions delivered by Prime Minister about identification of people in this country. Prime Minister. Each word of Prime Minister counts. Each word of Prime Minister got many meanings. Prime Minister must speak duly measured words, not just speaking anything irrelevant. I feel insulted about this. And you bring whatever law without doing any homework on that. You are telling something irrelevant. You think people don't understand Constitution? In fact, you don't understand Constitution. You are supposed to understand Constitution comprehensively because you have taken oath under Constitution. I can understand, though I have not taken oath like you have taken. I have taken oath only as citizen of this country, and you are challenging my citizenship. You are challenging citizenship of 140 crores people. Strange, so powerful you have become. If you are challenging citizenship of all people, this means you are challenging our government constitution. If I have to prove that I am a citizen of this country, this means I am not citizen. I have got passport, I have got everything, I was born in this country, Why should I prove that I am citizen of this country? Why? Do you have an explanation? Why a citizen of this country should prove that one is citizen of this country? Because you demand that. This means if I am not citizen, I have to prove it now. In all elections, I voted to certain governments. Those governments were not based on true citizenship, based on false citizenship. This means you too are false. If I am not citizen, I have to prove it now, and all those who are not citizens, they have to prove it now. This means their votes were not done or not cast at the capacity of citizen. If my vote was not cast to you or to someone else in capacity of citizen, then my vote is also illegal. And if my vote is illegal, your MP is illegal. My MP is illegal. If my MP is illegal, means my Prime Minister is illegal. And if my Prime Minister is illegal, my President is illegal. So you all resign first of all. You all resign. Because you are based on illegal citizenship votes. Leave immediately these offices. That's only an answer to you. Why can country be governed by illegal votes? Because citizenry is illegal. You are asking for something which is foolish. Yes, you are searching for intruders. You are searching for illegal immigrants. Is this a way? You don't have any technology to do that. You don't have any other mechanism to find that. You want all these 140 crore people to prove that they are still in this country. What sort of education you got? You have passport details, you have voter details, you have so many documentations. You don't know who are citizens or not. And if they have got fraud documents, you gave them. You or your past governments gave them. Why did you give them? You are just creating scenes in this country. You are scene designer. People rightly call you event manager. You are managing future events. You are just wasting public time. You are just torturing people of this country. You people rightly say that you have no evidence of your degree and you are calling people, prove them as citizens. What for you want proof? You think people are full in this country? Whatever you say, shall do it. Are we your slaves? Okay, we are not citizens of this country. Alas, we are not. What you do? I am not citizen of this country. What shall you do against me? Shall you kill me? I am not citizen of this country and I have traveled abroad for 20 or more years. Shall you kill me? What shall you do? Who are you? You are illegal Prime Minister if I am not citizen of this country. You are illegal government, illegal president, illegal state assemblies. Remove all of them first. Then talk of citizenship. बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं आप लोग. भारत के लोग हैं, हम गधे नहीं हैं, जानवर नहीं हैं. हम भारत हैं, हम भारत के लोग हैं. हम कुछ हैसियत रखते हैं. अनपढ़ गंवार होंगे बेशक हम, लेकिन बेवकूफ नहीं हैं. सोचने की शक्ति रखते हैं. बड़े बड़े पढ़े लिखे मैंने देखे, बड़े बड़े प्रिंसिपल हैं, कुछ है, सोचने की शक्ति नहीं है, बस हैं. पढ़ना लिखना भी काफी नहीं होता है. अगर अपनी पढ़ाई लिखाई को आप सोच नहीं सकते, सोचने के लिए यूज नहीं कर सकते, तो पढ़ाई भी बेकार होती है. आप बेशक डॉक्टर क्यों ना हो, अगर सोच नहीं सकते तो पढ़ाई लिखाई का क्या फायदा. अगर सोचने की शक्ति नहीं आनी तो स्कूल जाने का फायदा क्या, कॉलेज जाने का फायदा क्या. अगर मेरे को डिग्री ही लेनी है और दिमाग नहीं चलाना है तो डिग्री तो 30%, 35% पे भी ली जा सकती है, नकल मार के भी ली जा सकती है. सोचने की शक्ति चाहिए. जो सोच नहीं सकता वो गधा होता है, कुत्ता होता है. उसे पता नहीं होता मुझे क्या करना है. जब कुत्ता भागता है, किसी गाड़ी के पीछे भागता है, भौंकता है, गाड़ी चली जाती है, वो खड़ा का खड़ा रह जाता है. मतलब उसे सोचा नहीं कि मैं क्यों भाग रहा हूं. That dog never thought why I was running, just running for sake of running and to fight with car, but car did not stop and that dog stood there. He could not cross for her. You think our education is that? आपको लगता है हमारी विद्या सीखने की यही चीज है? हम इसी शक्ति रखते हैं. हम भारत के लोग हैं, हमने स्वयं को देश बनाया है। अपनी आजादी हमारे फॉर फादर्स ने, हमारे पूर्वजों ने खून दे के ली है और हमें उन्होंने अधिकार दिए हैं। हमें प्रभुसत्ता का अधिकार उन्होंने दिया है, समाजवाद का अधिकार उन्होंने दिया है, पंथ निरपेक्षता भी हमें मिली है, लोकतंत्र भी मिला है, गणतंत्र भी मिला है। इतने सारे तंत्र हैं हमारे पास और आप हमसे बातें करते हैं कि आप नागरिक मांग कर प्रूफ कीजिए, पहले सबूत दीजिए आप नागरिक हैं। हमारे बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं, स्टूडेंट हैं, कॉलेजिएट हैं, प्रोफेसर्स हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं। क्या वो बेवकूफ हैं? एक आप ही समझदार हैं। कुछ आपके खरीदे हुए भक्त, कुछ आपके आईटी सेल, वो हमें बताएंगे कि देश क्या होता है, सरकार क्या होती है, अधिकार क्या होता है। क्या हम जानते नहीं हैं? देश आजाद हो चुका था, हो चुका है और अब गुलाम नहीं होगा आपकी वजह से। आप हमसे चाहते हैं नागरिकता का सबूत दीजिए। आप होते कौन है? आप जानिए, जिस सीट पे आप बैठे हैं उस सीट में जिन लोगों ने आपको बिठाया है और उन लोगों को जिन्होंने बिठाया है वो तो नागरिक है ही नहीं। हम भारत के लोग 140 करोड़ लोग नागरिक नहीं हैं। हमें अब आपको साक्षात्कार कराना है कि हम नागरिक हैं। इसका तात्पर्य यही है ना कि जिनको वोट देके हमने चुना है, हमारे वोट भी नागरिक के वोट नहीं है। और अगर हमारे नागरिक के वोट नहीं है तो जिनको हमने सांसद बनाया है या विधायक बनाया है वो भी सांसद या विधायक नहीं है। और जब वो भी सांसद विधायक नहीं है तो जिनको उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री बनाया है, मिनिस्टर बनाया है, वो भी गैर कानूनी है, वो भी अनियमित है। तो भाई आप सीट पे क्यों बैठे हैं? जब हमारी नागरिकता प्रूव हो जाए तब आइएगा, जाइए। आपकी स्टेटमेंट, आपके वाक्य, आपका कानून यही कहता है कि क्योंकि हम गलत हैं, हम इलीगल हैं, हम इस देश के नागरिक नहीं हैं, तो भाई आप भी तो इस देश के मंत्री नहीं हैं, आप भी तो देश के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं हैं, आप भी तो देश के राष्ट्रपति नहीं हैं। आप सब सीट छोड़ के जाइए। जब हम नागरिक हो जाएंगे तब आप आना, हम आपको फिर वोट देंगे। तब तक के लिए आपको नमस्कार, महासलाम, गुड बाय, जाइए। हिम्मत है, हिम्मत है तो मर्दानगी दिखाइए, नहीं तो जाइए, आप भी उन्हीं के साथ बैठिए, समझ आएगा फिर क्या होता है। इसलिए मैंने कहा सोचना जरूरी है। पढ़ाई लिखाई खाली काफी नहीं है, पढ़ाई लिखाई माइंड में यूज होनी चाहिए। और मुझे अच्छा लगा कि आज का विद्यार्थी सोच रहा है, खाली पढ़ नहीं रहा है, संविधान को जानना शुरू कर रहा है कि संविधान क्या है। संविधान को जानना बहुत जरूरी है। जो संविधान को जान जाते हैं, समझ जाते हैं और रुचि बढ़ती है जानने की। और विद्यार्थी आप ही की वजह से शायद अब जान रहे हैं, आपने तो फोर्स कर दिया, मजबूर कर दिया है उनको जानने के लिए, क्योंकि आप में बुद्धि है ही नहीं। बुद्धि होती तो ये काम होता ही नहीं। और एक बार जब विद्यार्थी किसी चीज को शुरू कर देता है जानना, तो वो पूरी किताब पढ़ता है फिर, क्योंकि उसको सोचना भी है, उसको लड़ना भी है, उसको एग्जाम भी देने हैं, उसको परीक्षा भी पास कर रहे हैं। विद्यार्थी जब जाग जाता है तो इंदिरा गांधी भी चली जाती है छोड़ के। विद्यार्थी जब जाग जाता है तो मनमोहन सिंह भी चला जाता है छोड़ के। और विद्यार्थी जब जाग जाता है तो देश जाग जाता है। जब देश की आजादी की संग्राम चल रहा था तो विद्यार्थी ज्यादा थे, चाहे वो कानून के विद्यार्थी थे। बूढ़े इतने ज्यादा नहीं थे, बाद में बूढ़े हुए वो। जब गांधी ने संग्राम शुरू किया था तो बूढ़ा नहीं था वो, सीनियर नहीं था वो, यंग था वो, घमंडी, चूट बूट वाला। जब डंडे खाए तो अकल आ गई। आप भी सूटेड बूटेड हो आज की तारीख में। आप समझिए कुछ देर रहे कि आप हो क्या। आप समझ बैठे हो कि ये देश आप ही की प्रॉपर्टी बन चुका है और 140 करोड़ लोग आपके गुलाम बन चुके हैं। ये सोच, कहते हैं एक फिल्म में था, वो लौट आओ, लाटा लाटा लाटा, इसलिए लौट आओ, होश में आओ, होश में आओ, होश में आ जाओ। खरीद नहीं लिया आपने हमको, इस देश को आपने खरीद नहीं लिया, हमारी नागरिकता आपने खरीद नहीं ली, हमारे अधिकार आपने खरीद नहीं लिए, ना आप खरीद सकते हैं। इतनी औकात इस देश में किसी की भी नहीं जो नागरिक का अधिकार खरीद ले। ठीक है, आप वोट देने के लिए लोगों को पैसे दे सकते हैं और लोग बिक जाते होंगे, लेकिन हर कोई बिकाऊ नहीं होता है। बुद्धि का इस्तेमाल करिए, जो आपने नहीं आती, आपको है नहीं तो किसी और की ले लीजिए। नागरिकता प्रूव कराएंगे आप, अपनी है आपकी नागरिकता। आपके 200 साल पहले कौन था आपको मालूम है? आप कहां से आए आपको मालूम है? नागरिकता प्रूव कराएंगे लोगों की आप। इन्हीं नागरिकों ने वोट देके आपको बनाया है। शर्म आती है आपकी सोच पे। क्यों लिए थे आपने वोट हमसे? कहते पहले नागरिक बन के आओ, हमें फिर बात करेंगे आपसे। इतनी मर्दानगी थी आप में। सीट पे बैठने के लिए तो नागरिक हैं हम, और फिर हम आपको बताएंगे हम नागरिक हैं कि नहीं। सबूत दीजिए हमारे। तो आप सबूत दीजिए ना पहले कि आप जो सीट पे बैठे हैं वो किस नागरिक की वजह से बैठे हैं। आप सबूत दीजिए। आपका यहाँ फर्ज बनता है, आपका हमारा हक है हम आपसे मांगे। आप सबूत दीजिए कि आप नागरिक हैं। और नागरिक आप सबूत नहीं, आप जाइए, छोड़िए, जाइए यहाँ से। जो दूसरा आएगा वो नागरिक के वोट लेके आएगा। आप तो गैर कानूनी, आप तो अनियमित नागरिकों के वोट से बने हैं, इसलिए आपका सीट पे बैठने का हक उसी दिन खत्म हो गया जिस दिन आपने कहा कि हम सारे देश में ये कानून लागू करेंगे, सारे देश में सिटीजन रजिस्टर बनाएंगे। तो उसी दिन आपका हक खत्म हो गया, क्योंकि आप सरकार की तरफ से बोल रहे थे। आपको सीट पे बैठने का 1 मिनट का भी हक नहीं है। और दुख होता है अपोजिशन के लोगों पे, उन गधों पे जो बड़े बड़े MP और मिनिस्टर रह चुके हैं पहले सरकारों में। उनकी बोलने की शक्ति जा चुकी है, उनकी सोचने की शक्ति जा चुकी है। देश जिन पर निर्भर करता था, विरोध करने वाली जो पार्टियां होती हैं, देश उससे चलता है। सरकारी पार्टी से देश नहीं चलता है, सरकारी पार्टी से कंट्रोल्स चलते हैं। लेकिन देश की आत्मा, देश की शक्ति, देश का चेक, देश का ऑडिट, देश की क्वालिटी विरोध से चलती है। विरोध से बढ़कर डेमोक्रेसी नहीं हो सकती। विरोध ही विरोध है, डेमोक्रेसी विरोध है, डेमोक्रेसी का दूसरा नाम विरोध है। अगर विरोधी नहीं होंगे तो सत्ता नशे में हो जाएगी। विरोधी एक ऑडिट होता है उसके ऊपर, एक पुलिस वाला होता है उसके ऊपर। देश की जनता होती है स्वयं विरोध, जबकि कोई विरोधी दल नहीं होता है। आज विरोधी दल पागल हो गए हैं। सरकार तो सबसे बड़ी पागल है, लेकिन विरोधी उससे भी बड़े पागल है। उन्हें तो यही नहीं पता कि देश में हो क्या रहा है। पार्लियामेंट में कहीं वोट देते हैं, बाहर आके कुछ और बोल देते हैं। विरोध भी खुल के नहीं करते, एब्सेंट कर जाते हैं, वॉकआउट कर जाते हैं। क्या हमें ऐसे डरपोक नेता चाहिए, ऐसे डरपोक सांसद चाहिए जो डरते हैं? अरे खुल के बोलो हमें विरोध करना है, या खुल के बोलो हमें सपोर्ट करना है। क्यों भागते हो हाउस से, क्यों वॉकआउट करते हो, क्यों एब्सेंट रहते हो? शर्म आती है हमें ऐसे सांसदों पे जो हिम्मत नहीं है खुल के बोलने की। विरोध करना है तो करो, और चमचागिरी करनी तो चमचागिरी फुल करो। किसने रोका है? वोट मांगने तो पब्लिक से आओगे, पब्लिक सब सिखा देगी आपको। अरे आप पब्लिक के ब्याह पे साफ बोल नहीं सकते, क्लियर वोट भी नहीं दे सकते, भागते हाउस से। हमने भगोड़े भेजे हैं क्या वहां? अफसोस होता है पब्लिक जिनको वोट देती है ऐसे बेवकूफ लोगों को, जो खुल के वोट की बात नहीं कर सकते, खुल के नहीं कह सकते कि आप गलत कर रहे हैं, या खुल के नहीं कह सकते आप सही कर रहे हैं। मान्यवर 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 गए भाड़ में। मान्यवर पब्लिक है जिसने आपको वोट देके भेजा है, उसकी चिंता नहीं होती आपको वहां जाने के बाद। अंदर कुछ वोट दे रहे हैं, बाहर आके कुछ और कह रहे हैं। वो देखो सरदार जी अकाली, अजी नहीं मुसलमान नहीं इंक्लूड कर लो, बाद में कहते हैं। पहले बिल पास करा दिया, बाद में कहते हैं नहीं नहीं मुसलमान होना चाहिए इसमें। एक वो बिहारी इंजीनियर, NRC को हम नहीं मानेंगे। अरे आपको पता ही नहीं है आप क्या कर रहे हैं। आपको तो लोग प्रधानमंत्री लेवल पर देखते थे समान। अरे आप लोगों ने राजनीतिक गंध में रह के पब्लिक को भुला दिया है, भुला दिया है आपने। और ये प्रधानमंत्री, इसकी तो बात ही छोड़ो, क्या क्या बोलता है इसको कुछ पता नहीं। ये कब क्या बोल रहे कुछ पता नहीं। फील होता है कि हमारे देश का प्रधानमंत्री शब्दों का मतलब नहीं समझता, मतलब ही नहीं समझते ये लोग। क्या करेंगे देश का भला? कुछ भी बोल दो, फिर बोल दो इलेक्शन में तो हम कुछ भी बोल देते हैं, क्या होता है बाद में ऐसे बोल दो। पब्लिक के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं आप, अपने घर के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, अपने बच्चों के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं आप सार्वजनिक जीवन जी रहे हैं। आपकी एक एक बात का महत्व होता है, आप इस बात को समझते ही नहीं। आप समझते हैं पब्लिक पागल है, कुछ भी कह दो। आप हमें कानून समझा रहे हैं कि इसमें ऐसा कहीं नहीं लिखा कि ये देश के मुसलमानों के खिलाफ है, कहीं नहीं लिखा। आपने ये कहां लिखा है कि उनके फेवर में है? अगर ये उनके खिलाफ नहीं है, मान लेते हैं जी ये जो कानून आप लाए ना, ये जो अधिनियम लाए हैं, ये मुसलमानों के खिलाफ नहीं, हमने मान लिया। आप ये बताइए उनके फेवर में कैसे? ये संविधान का कानून है या गैर संविधान का कानून है? पहले तो ये समझा दीजिए, संविधान क्या कहता है हमें पहले ये समझा दीजिए। हमें तो आता ही नहीं कुछ, हम तो संविधान जानते ही नहीं है, अब तो बेवकूफ है। संविधान के एक्सपर्ट तो आप ही हैं, आपसे बढ़ के तो कोई एक्सपर्ट है नहीं। ये नियम क्या कहता है? ये नियम में आपने धर्मों के नाम लिख दिए, संविधान ने लिखे हैं क्या? संविधान में प्रियम्बल्स में, जिसको आप प्रस्तावना लोग कहते हैं आमतौर पे, उसमें क्या धर्मों के नाम लिखे हैं? या संविधान के किसी आर्टिकल में, अनुच्छेद में 395 है, उसमें धर्मों के इस तरह नाम लिखे हैं कि ये देश हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई, बौद्ध, जैन, पारसी आदि आदि का है? कहीं लिखा है? आपने फिर लिख दिया ये कानून इन पे लागू होगा, उसमें मुसलमान आपने नहीं लिखा। ये आपकी जो इंट्रीग है, जो षड्यंत्र है पार्लियामेंट के थ्रू, उसके षड्यंत्रकारी आप सब हैं 550 और 250 MP। हम आपको षड्यंत्रकारी कहेंगे क्योंकि आपने अपने मस्तिष्क बल का प्रयोग गलत किया। आप सब उसके जिम्मेदार हैं। उसमें कांग्रेस भी आती है। कांग्रेस के अंदर वो शक्ति खत्म हो चुकी है जिसने अंग्रेजों से लड़ाई की थी। आप अंग्रेजों से लड़ाई कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इन काले अंग्रेजों से आप लड़ाई नहीं कर सकते। क्यों? तो हम कांग्रेस आपको क्यों कहें? हम आपको कांग्रेस क्यों कहें? कांग्रेस तो वो स्ट्रांग बॉडी थी जिसने अंग्रेजों को लात मार के दिमाग की भगाया था। आप तो भिनभिनाते हैं, बस आ गए, प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर दी, आपका उत्तरदायित्व खत्म हो गया। नहीं, आप लड़े नहीं, आप सिर्फ बोले, सिर्फ बोले, आप पे दम नहीं है। इसी कारण से विद्यार्थी सामने आ रहा है, क्योंकि आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते उनके लिए। होना तो ये चाहिए था, कांग्रेस बॉम्ब छोड़ती बातों का और शोर मचाती सड़कों पे, निर्देश देती कि किस तरह पब्लिक आगे बढ़े विरोध करने के लिए। वो कांग्रेस कहां गायब हो गई? वो कांग्रेस का गुब्बारा कहां चला गया? पब्लिक आगे आ रही है और ये पार्टी पीछे आ रही है, हमारे वोट ना हाथ से निकल जाए। स्टूडेंट्स आज की तारीख में कांग्रेस की जगह ले चुका है। आज की तारीख में विद्यार्थी कांग्रेस बन चुका है और विरोध कर रहा है। आज की तारीख में विद्यार्थी देश को आगे बढ़ा रहा है, सरकार से डंडा लगा रहा है। ऐसा विरोध चाहिए। कांग्रेस तो पीछे पीछे, केजरीवाल पीछे पीछे और दूसरे पीछे पीछे, मेरे वोट हाथ से ना निकल जाए। अरे पहले नहीं सोचा था? पहले दिमाग नहीं था आप लोगों का? आपका दिमाग सो रहा था, सही सो रहा था। हमें अपोजिशन का मतलब विरोधी विरोध होना चाहिए, हमें ऐसे लोग नहीं चाहिए। हम इसका विरोध करेंगे और फिर वॉकआउट कर जाएंगे। क्यों वॉकआउट कर रहे हैं आप? आपको पब्लिक पैसे वॉकआउट करने के देती है। आपको विरोध कर रहे हैं तो खुल के करो, और सपोर्ट करनी है तो खुल के करो। किसने रोका है? पब्लिक आपसे जब क्वेश्चन करेगी तो जवाब देना। किस लिए आप बाहर जा रहे हैं? किस लिए बाहर आप उनकी सपोर्ट करते हैं और पार्लियामेंट में विरोध करते हैं? क्यों? ममता, SP, देखो BSP, और ये आपका नीतीश, किस लिए आपने सपोर्ट किया बताएंगे? आप लोग बेवकूफ हो गए हैं, अनपढ़ हो गए हैं। आपकी बुद्धि में मोदी ने ताले भर दिए, लॉक कर दिया है। मोदी आपको अपने हाथों पे नचा रहा है और आप नाच रहे हैं। और मोदी स्टूडेंट्स को डंडे लगवा रहा है, बुलेट चलवा रहा है और आंसू गैस छुड़वा रहा है, और आप कह सकते हैं वाटर कैनन चलवा रहा है, गैस छुड़वा रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री का काम ये होता है क्या? वोट किसने दिए थे? स्टूडेंट्स ने दिए थे। डंडे कौन खा रहे हैं? स्टूडेंट खा रहे हैं। अरे वाह, क्या देश हो गया है। उन्हीं के सर पे बैठ के उन्हीं को काट रहे हो। ये तो कोई लोकतंत्र ना हुआ, ये तो दंडा तंत्र हो गया। और पुलिस पुलिस देखो गलत ऑर्डर दे रही है। पुलिस क्या प्राइम मिनिस्टर की नौकर है? पुलिस क्या प्राइम मिनिस्टर के अंडर आती है? पुलिस क्या होम मिनिस्टर के अंडर आती है? पुलिस स्टैच्यूटरी बॉडी है। पुलिस किसी के अंडर नहीं आती है। पुलिस देश की पुलिस है। पुलिस किसी मिनिस्टर के अंडर नहीं आती है, लेकिन सब उनके आदेश मान रही है। कौन से कानून में लिखा है कि पुलिस मिनिस्टर की बात सुनेगी? बताइएगा मुझे, कौन से कानून में लिखा है ये? संविधान में लिखा है ये, या पुलिस एक्ट में लिखा है ये? कहां लिखा है ये? पुलिस गवर्नमेंट के आदेश मानेगी? कहीं नहीं है ऐसा नियम हमारे देश में। पुलिस खुद एक्शन ले सकती है, वो बात अलग है। मिनिस्टर के आर्डर्स क्यों मानेगी? लेकिन ऐसा हो रहा है। पुलिस स्टूडेंट को स्टूडेंट नहीं समझ रही, आतंकवादी समझ रही है। कमाल है, पीट रही है उनको। उन्हीं के पैसों से सैलरी लेती है पुलिस, उन्हीं के टैक्स से उनकी रोटी चलती है, उन्हीं के टैक्स से उनको फैसिलिटीज मिलती है, और उन्हीं को पीट रही है। शर्म आती है ऐसी पुलिस पे, और शर्म आती ऐसी सरकार पे। वी हैव लॉस्ट आवर माइंड्स, वी हैव लॉस्ट आवर थॉट्स, वी हैव लॉस्ट आवर कमांड्स, वी हैव लॉस्ट आवर सेंसेस। Hunger for power, only hunger for power. You can beat your students, you can beat your kids, you can beat your future. Students are innocent, they are not well developed mind, but they are learning mind. You cannot tolerate them. Are you so scared of them? इतना डरते हैं उनसे आप? एक विद्यार्थी कह रहा था सरकार डर गई हमसे। सल्यूट करता हूं उस लेडी को मैं, उस लड़की को मैं। सरकार डर गई हमसे, इसलिए तो हम पे कंट्रोल लगा रही है। सही बात है, क्यों लगा रही है कंट्रोल? आप करने दीजिए उनको डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन। आपका क्या जा रहा है? क्या आपकी पुलिस इस काम के लिए है कि बाकी चीजें छोड़ के इन स्टूडेंट्स के पीछे लग जाए? पुलिस और मिलिट्री क्या इसी काम के लिए होती है? इसी काम के लिए होती है पुलिस मिलिट्री। हद है। आप अपने बच्चों को नहीं सह सकते, नहीं सह सकते। आप ही के बच्चे हैं वो विद्यार्थी, आसमान से नहीं आए, अमेरिका से नहीं आए। अपने बच्चों की बात भी नहीं सुन सकते आप। मारो, अंदर कर दो, बसें भर दो, छोड़ दो बाहर ले जाके। अरे ये देश है, किसी एक का नहीं है। प्रॉब्लम्स कहां नहीं होती? किस देश में नहीं होती? सब देशों में होती है। लेबनान में हो रही है, हांगकांग में हो रही है, कौन से देश में नहीं हो रही है? सब देशों में होती है प्रॉब्लम। लेकिन आप इतने डरते हैं। अमेरिका वाले तो नहीं डरते, वो तो इम्पीच कर रहे हैं। दुनिया का सबसे पावरफुल राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्प, अमेरिका में इम्पीच किया जा रहा है। महाभियोग चलेगा उसमें, महाभियोग। इसे कहते हैं लोकतंत्र, इसे कहते हैं लेजिस्लेटर्स, लॉ मेकर्स। हमारे वाले नहीं, ये मान्यवर मान्यवर मान्यवर। बस मान्यवर ही कहोगे जिंदगी भर, और कुछ नहीं कर रहा। बोलने नहीं दिया जाता एमपी को। बैठ जाओ बैठ जाओ, टाइम हो गया। तो अरे बाप का टाइम है, पैसे देते हैं उनको, बोलने तो खुल के। मतलब स्पीकर भी सरकार के दबाव में है। हद है। बन गए स्पीकर, चेयर पे बैठ गए, शपथ ले ली, फिर भी सरकारी दबाव। डरते अगली बार टिकट मिलेगा कि नहीं मिलेगा। हमें ऐसा लोकतंत्र की आवश्यकता नहीं है, हमें ऐसे डरपोक नहीं चाहिए। जवाहरलाल के टाइम में सबको बोलने दिया जाता था। याद है अटल साहब ने क्या कहा था? खूब क्रिटिसाइज किया था अटल साहब ने, लेकिन जवाहरलाल ने कहा था बहुत अच्छा बोलते हैं आप। उनके अपने शब्द है, मेरे नहीं है। जवाहरलाल अटल साहब के शब्द हैं, हंस के निकल गए, बहुत अच्छा बोलते, बहुत अच्छा बोलते। और यहां ऐसा बोला, मारो इसको, अंदर जाके मारो। क्या हो गया? लोकतंत्र है या षड्यंत्र है? ये लोकतंत्र लगता ही नहीं किसी भी कीमत पे, षड्यंत्र है। बस मेरे दबाव में रहो, मेरे दबाव में रहो, नहीं तो आपको रहने नहीं दूंगा। अब देखिए, अरे भाई फेसबुक है, कोई और है, सोशल वेबसाइट्स हैं, अगर कोई इनके खिलाफ लिखे पोस्ट, काट दो उसकी। पिछले हफ्ते मेरी 4-5 इन्होंने काटी है पोस्टें, बंद कर दी है पोस्टिंग। आज भी इस टाइम भी बंद है, कल भी बंद थी, अब सुबह सुबह पोस्ट कर रहा था, बंद कर दी उठा के। कुछ पोस्ट कर पाया, कुछ नहीं कर पाया, बंद कर दो, बस मैसेज आ जाएगा, करने नहीं देंगे। इतना डर? अरे हम पोस्ट ही तो कर रहे हैं भाई, न्यूज पोस्ट कर रहे हैं, कोई कितना लिख देगा, कितना बोल देगा? क्या मैं 4 घंटे बोलता रहूंगा, लिखता रहूंगा? न्यूज आती है, दुनिया भर की न्यूज, लिखा दो वहां क्या हो रहा है, वहां क्या हो रहा है, बंद कर दो उठा के। एक दो आपने सरकार की पोस्ट गलत लिख दी कि गलत कर रहे हैं, गलत, बस खून जल गया, बंद करो। आईटी सेल से ऑर्डर आ गया, फेसबुक वालों इसका बंद कर दो पोस्टिंग। अरे मुझसे क्या डर, मैं क्या हूं, औकात क्या है मेरी, एक छोटा सा आदमी, मैं क्या बिगाड़ लूंगा आपका? लेकिन आप मेरी अगर आवाज बंद करेंगे तो ये भूल जाइए, वो तो आप बंद नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि किसी की आवाज आप जितनी बंद करेंगे वो उतनी उठेगी। ये प्रिंसिपल है, दुनिया का सिद्धांत है ये, जितना आप दबाओगे उतना कोई ऊपर उठेगा, उसे कोई रोक नहीं सकता। इंदिरा गांधी ने बहुत कोशिश की, वो नहीं दबा पाई, और उससे भी बाद बहुत से लोग आए, दबाने की कोशिश की, नहीं दबा पाए। आपकी तो आवाज ही गलत है, आप क्या दबाएंगे? मैंने फिर कहा ना, गद्दी छोड़ दो, क्योंकि हम तो गैर कानूनी नागरिक हैं। वी आर ऑल इलीगल सिटीजन्स, वी हैव जस्ट वोटेड यू बाय मिस्टेक, वी आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू वोट टू यू। By virtue of our votes you have come to power, and our votes were illegal, therefore it is justification that leave this position, get illegal votes and then come back, because these all years you got illegal benefits, you got illegal post, you got illegal, and all your orders are illegal, because you are illegal prime minister, you're illegal ministers. You are yourself saying, I'm not saying. You're a great man who thinks he's Lord of this nation, Amit Shah, Lord Amit Shah, Lord of Bharat. He shall do his way, implement NRC all over this country. So we are all illegal citizens until we have proved that we are legal, and we will go to detention center. All 140 crore people shall go to detention center. All nations shall become detention center, like Kashmir is detention center. All shall become Kashmir, and all military shall surround us. This shall happen according to Amit Shah, great designer of NRC, great designer of CAA, great designer of Article 370 application, and great designer of his mind and his stupidity. And our Prime Minister is, I think, a ball in his hands. Put me in jail, that's all. Because more than this, you don't know. You have no potential. You have no capability to talk to your people. Your ministers are fools. They cannot talk to people. They talk on television. Television channels they talk of. I am very happy that Aaj Tak was thrown out from Jantar Mantar by students, and G was also thrown out. Go back, Modi media, go back. Very good it is. You have to treat them like this. They deserve such treatments, because media is owned by Prime Minister or owned by his friends, and media is giving only their news, not real news, not factual news, and they deserve this treatment. Today students did this, tomorrow whole public shall do this. You shall be difficult to walk even on roads, and people obstruct you. People say, go back, and go back, sit in the studio, throw bombs from there, talk Bharat Pakistan, talk Hindu Muslim, talk all that. This is your character, you paid media, you chamcha media, you slave media. We can't be slaves of your news. You are not media, you are mad. You are mad. And those who are ordering you, they are mad. You are a shop, news shop. You are selling news. You are not disseminating news, you are selling news. Your job you are not doing. Your job is to teach people, to disseminate information, to explain to them what's right and what's wrong. But no, Modi shoes is like this color, Modi's cloth is this color, Modi's pen is this, and Modi's spectacle is this, and Modi eyes is, what feet is this? He is rising on steps and falling. This is what you give. As if it is not Bharat, it's Modi. Just like it is India, Indra, India, Indra. People shall speak because they have right. People shall write because they are right. Facebook may stop posting or someone will stop posting. You cannot stop minds of people. You can order these people, these institutions of Facebook or others, but you cannot stop people. British could not stop what you are. British who never came here to stay only for few years but forever, but who returned ultimately. They returned. You are only for 5 years. And you think you'll place so many zeros after that? 5, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and thousands of people stay here. See, no one needs to criticize you. You are importing your criticism yourself by your nonsense acts. You did 370, it's unresolved. You did Notbandi, demonetization, unresolved. You did GST, unresolved. You did the CAA, unresolved. You did NRC, unresolved. You did elections, EVM, unresolved. Public doesn't accept. Show me one act where you stood strong, where you stood unchallenged. Nothing. You said one time from Red Fort that terrorists from Jammu and Kashmir cannot be treated like as we are treating. We have to embrace them. You have to embrace them. Yes, you embraced very well. You still embrace them. You have embraced whole Kashmir, whole Jammu and Kashmir like this, and you're not going out of that embrace. They are all locked up. Very good embrace. I don't understand your mind, believe me. What actually you want? Public voted to you for something, they expected something, or they were against Congress and they threw out Congress. That was another reason. Public is public. Public is educated now. They change every day their minds. Today they support you, tomorrow they may not support you. Today they are against Congress, tomorrow they are in fear of Congress. Today they think something, tomorrow they listen something. Public mind are varying every day. They brought to you power. Today you are with them, tomorrow you are not with them. This happens. Congress, tomorrow they are with Congress, today they are with someone else. This happens. Because public is looking for solutions. Whoever bring those solutions shall be favorite of public, you or someone else. But your mind development is you think you have covered, you have seized public's opinion, public options. You have not seized them. This is Bharat. If something starts, this spreads to all parts of this country automatically. People did not speak against you when you removed 370. And people are now saying even Jammu Kashmir people are not speaking anything. This is what wrong conception our people have and our government got in. If they are silent, it doesn't mean they are with you, because silence is more dangerous than action. Because if silence gives you an opportunity to think whatever you think, but action makes you understand what you think. Students are not silent, they have spoken, and you know where do you stand. But JNK situation is completely different. Those people are not silent, actually they are resisting. They are resisting. If you think they are silent, then your mind is not working. Your observation is wrong. Your presumption is wrong. JNK public is very smart that they are silent, looking silent but not silent. Because they know no use to talk to those people who are mindless. No use to talk to those people who do not consider JNK public their own. That's the big point of catch. They do not consider you a part of this country. That is why they are silent. Not because they remain silent. When person is silent, something is moving in mind, something is working in mind, calculating in mind, and that calculation is very dangerous. That process is very dangerous. If they are thinking too much, they are calculating too much, that calculation activities are not being transmitted to news, it is very dangerous. And as much as you suppress them, more and more resistant they shall become. That is natural. If you suppress someone and someone doesn't respond, second time you suppress, someone doesn't respond, this means you are a failure, not a person who has been suppressed. You are thinking that you have done this and doesn't speak anything. It doesn't mean you are successful. A person who is respond something is better than a person who doesn't respond something, because that person is thinking a lot about you negatively or positively and keeps in mind, and when that person strikes at right time, your head shall break. Do you know that? A person who is silent, who doesn't respond simultaneously and instantaneously, and when time comes, that person strikes your mind, your head shall break. That is meaning of silence. Silence doesn't mean stability. Silence doesn't mean equilibrium. It means imminent danger, and you have to be careful for that. And if you think there's no danger, then you are unsound mind. So simple. Do not take everything for granted. It's question of millions of people in this country, crores of people in this country. Students are rising. It's very nice for public, because public know what they think about this nation, about this government, and government know what people are thinking. Every day revolt is going on against government on this law, and this is some good development as well, because people are accepting constitution of this country and not government of this country. This constitution was sleeping because of people. People did not read this constitution as they were supposed to read or understand. Now it has come out that there is some part in this country, people are interested in this constitution. They are commanding this constitution and they are valuing these documents, and which is very positive development for people of this country, which is a hope-raising objective in this country. I thought before that people are sleeping. They don't worry about constitution. They don't worry about what we are, but they are actually understanding value of constitution, and they are speaking for constitution, and which is very good sign for future of this country, and very dangerous sign for those who are thinking to eliminate this constitution from governance. It's very bad news for them. It's very bad news for BJP. It's very bad news for RSS and all those who do not like this constitution. They have to think now what to do. If students are supporting constitution, they are working under constitution, and their people are supporting, and the public's joining that support at all locations in this country, this means constitution is live. It is live and it is powerful. It is ruler of this country and not government, not Supreme Court and not legislature. Public is author, public is empowerer, and public is exponent of this constitution. And they preserve this constitution, they reserve this constitution, they value this constitution, they salute this constitution. And that is great achievement. That society is, though sleeping, yet live, not dead. This is very good news, very good assimilation, very good comprehensive extraction from current state of affairs or political affairs of this nation. It's not a question of one law alone. It's not simply CAA or NRC. It's question of integrity of society of this country. It's question of integrity of minds of this country. It's question of unity and brotherhood of this country, which appears to be alive yet not gone, which this government and political people wanted, that people should stay frictioned and sectioned in many societies. But people are proving that still it's 1947, it is 1930, it's in 1925. Same time has come back, cycle is back. That was freedom struggle to throw out those people who are cruel, and it's time to throw out those people who do not respect this constitution. Those who do not respect this constitution do not respect public and do not respect nation. Who just put their head on this without just to stage a drama. Who just stay their heads at steps of parliament, only a dramatic sign, not constitutional soul. We all are constitutional souls first because we alliation to this constitution. We are part of this constitution as we people. Everybody is integrated to this constitution, who is a citizen of this country, who is a member of this body of Bharat, India politics. This is great development. My analysis says this is positive development, though it is causing some unrest. Some unrest is better than no unrest sometimes, because government keeps eye open. If there is no unrest, government thinks everything is all is well, sab changa hai. It's only not even 2 months, sab changa nahi hai, sab nanga hai, sab ganda hai. ट्रंप सरकार आएगी, इम्पीचमेंट में आएगी, आ गई। अब की बार ट्रंप सरकार, अब की बार इम्पीचमेंट सरकार आ गई। What a level of thinking, what a level of dissemination talking. That country can impeach its president and our people touch feet of prime minister. Bhakt. Modi, 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 Modi. Think as citizen of this country, not slave of this country. This is our constitution. US, third president to be impeached. Third president. And here, impeachment is only word. A word inserted into constitution, never used, except sometimes with one I think, Supreme Court judge. We cannot impeach someone because we are slave to this government. They may do anything. Had there been some opposition, this government must have been impeached by now. Where's the money of RBI? Why not Bandew's benefit of that? Why did you do that? Is it not worth causing or moving impeachment against Prime Minister? Why no confidence there? Nobody brought no confidence motion. Congress sleeping Congress. You think this Congress was involved to throw out British? I don't think so. Forget BJP, they were never British people. They were never thus, they never supported Prime Minister, they were British spawns. But what about other parties? Every party is interested only in governing state or their own power. No one is interested in country. So greed about power. You are not thinking for people who brought to you this power. You are just thinking for their survival. I have to survive in this state, in that state, in this, in that state. Government talks for Bharat to a person who recorded apologies to British that I should be relieved, I shall be loyal to you, and that party is in power because of Congress. Just think, had you been that time during British period and you were in jail, would you write apology to have a release from jail? How many of you 140 crore people, how many could give apology? Can you think? But people wrote many apologies. How can you say loyal to this country? You apologize to British just for release from jail. This means you could not tolerate them. You could not tolerate their torture. And you're calling yourself revolutionist? Freedom fighters? What type of freedom fighters you are? You may be having 10 qualities good, but one quality bad because it tarnishes your image. And that's what has happened. You may be revolutionist, you may be something and something and something, but you are involved with this apology to British, and you are also involved with on case to assassinate Gandhi. So you can't be called Bharatvasi or freedom fighter. How many of you could accept this? It's a big question. I am never with any political party, and I have never. I never support or deport any political party because they are shops and I have no power to remove them. Had I been power, I would have removed all these political parties, believe me. If I am given a chance, I will issue an ordinance. No political party is allowed in elections. Elections are for individual candidates and they shall elect their prime minister. We don't need any predefined prime minister, candidate or political party because these political parties have become evils for this nation. All political parties, all including arm, they may give some benefits, electrical bills, it doesn't mean that they are doing good to people. Yes, they are giving current benefit, but where is revolution for which they came? They came for something in great, in heights. They didn't do that. All those involved with Anna movement have gone, have disappeared. Where are they? This means that was a drama by someone. How can revolution go like this? How can revolution disappear like this? Kiran Bedi has gone. Arvind Kejriwal has gone to government of Delhi. And Singh has gone to BJP. All have gone to somewhere else. Where are those? And Anna is sleeping. This means he befooled our country. He befooled everybody. So we cannot trust these people. These were planted people. Anna was planted. Kejriwal was planted. Kiran Bedi was planted. Everybody was planted to remove Congress. I am not supporting Congress, but I'm just telling you chain of actions that time people were sentimental. People had a picture in mind that Congress looted this nation. Okay, Congress looted the nation. Where is that money which was shown in WikiLeaks? Where is that? 2011? Rajiv Gandhi, 80,000 crore. XNYZ, 1 lakh crore. Sonia Gandhi, 120 lakh crore. Where is that money? I want my money back. Where is that? Nobody is talking about that. If you ask Prime Minister, where is black money? He never answers. Oh, it is in process. It shall remain in process for 500 years. Somebody asks you, where are 2 crore jobs per year? I have given you jobs, you take yourself. Responsibility is over. I have provided jobs, you take yourself. You can't say there are jobs. Strange. What sort of elections, what sort of democracy do we have then? If promises are hoax, when Prime Minister himself says in elections we can speak anything, it's not necessary that's the proposal of that, that's a fact. Are we sitting here to listen fairy tales from a candidate of Prime Minister position? Fairy tales are told by grandmother or senior lady or someone else. Are we here to listen fairy tales from electioneering? I am not wasting my energy due to democracy. What is the meaning of democracy in this country? Again, I am telling, just go once in 5 years and vote someone, and that's all. And even if you vote nota, there's no meaning because it's not counted for comparison. It's just record that so many percent people recorded nota, nothing else. There's no meaning. It's same thing as not to vote. Nota means not to vote. Even if you vote nota, it is not counted. If you don't vote, this is also nota. So nota is just a formality, meaningless formality, just to provide an opportunity. If you don't want to vote, don't come vote. Then why you come? Well, my purpose is different. I'm talking today. My talking is, I am really surprised that students know something about Constitution. If not everything, they know something. They know few articles, they know preambles, and they are arguing on that, and that is good development. Maybe they are not absolute right, but if you see something you start, it moves further and further and further. Maybe they will be busy in their studies after some time. They will overlook this constitution, but they know there is a constitution and it works for this country. So they will, after having completed their studies, be busy. Sometimes they have time to study this. It's not very big book, and those who take interest, they can understand this. And once you understand constitution, which no leader wants to understand. No leader wants that you understand constitution. Leader only wants that you listen to them. It may be Congress leader, it may be BJP leader, or it may be some other else leader. They never think, they never feel it good that you try to understand constitution, because if you understand constitution means they will be you will misunderstand them. Once you understand constitution, you shall never think to vote prime minister, any candidate for prime minister, because constitution does not permit that, does not mandate. Constitution mandates elect your MP or elect your MLA. That is sufficient to an extent constitutional democracy is concerned. And once you understand that Constitution says something and you understand something, for example, Constitution does not mandate any academical qualification for these candidates, but this never stops. It never prevents you considering qualification. It doesn't mandate that FIR is registered there or something else is there, candidate is barred, but you can consider this. This means you can add virtual consideration criteria to this eligibility qualification. No one can stop you from that. Means this basis on analysis, you understand. So this is a free power, this is a freedom given to every citizen how to interpret Constitution. And because you are studying Constitution, you shall destabilize many these workers of politics, these MPs of politics, who will not find their places later on, because you understand Constitution. I am not saying that Constitution is perfect in all senses, no, but it's a guideline, it's a framework. That is more important. It's not mandatory in education, but it's mandatory to know in public, because wherever you sign, you say, I accept allegiance to Constitution. When you apply for passport or if not something else, you have to take an undertaking. This means you are supposed to know this Constitution. It's not simply limited to oath-taking ceremony. Democracy moves only when you move on democracy. If you don't move on democracy, democracy stands, because it cannot move on its own. This is not an object, this is not a car, this is not a flight. Democracy is something imaginary. It's based on your concept, based on thought. If you think something and do it, that is democracy. If you govern yourself, that is democracy. Democracy doesn't mean just the majority consideration. Democracy means your own consideration. Majority is not an exclusive criteria for democracy, but your own participation in that. And that's what I say. opposition who are not in majority, but they are participant in democracy. Participation is more important than valuation of result. Democracy, loktantra, better to understand in Hindi, forget in English. Loktantra, ganatantra, lok mechanism, public mechanism. It is public mechanism. It is not government mechanism. It is public, it is lok that brings someone to position of MP and then to position of Prime Minister. Public is that objective, public is that subjective which mandates MP and MP election and appointment. That is very great consideration. This means public is appointer, employer of these positions, and these positions are accountable to public. This is simple. This is what people need to understand. लोगों को आवश्यकता है ये जानने की, समझना चाहिए उनको कि आखिर लोकतंत्र क्या है। ये लोकतंत्र है या ये सरकारी तंत्र है या ये पुलिस तंत्र है? कौन सा तंत्र है जो होना चाहिए लोकतंत्र में? क्या पुलिस की चलेगी या जुडिशरी की चलेगी या न्यायपालिका की चलेगी या आपकी विधायिका की चलेगी या कार्यकारी की, जो भी कहते हैं उसमें, किसी की नहीं चलेगी, लोगों की चलेगी, लोगों की। लोकतंत्र है ये समझ आप जिस दिन जाएंगे अपने आप को आप वोटर समझ पाएंगे। अभी तक आप वोटर थे ही नहीं, भारत का वोटर अभी तक वोटर था ही नहीं। समझता था वोट देना है लेकिन वोट का मतलब नहीं समझता था। गए बैलेट्स पे सील लगाई, दे के आ गए, हा मैं देकर आ गया। क्या देने जा रहे हैं? लाइन में लगे हैं, क्या देने जा रहे हैं मालूम नहीं, वोट देने जा रहे हैं। दे अच्छी बात है, लेकिन वोट का मतलब समझो। वोट का मतलब यह है भारत का भविष्य, वोट का मतलब यह है आपका भविष्य, वोट का मतलब यह है आपका नौकर जो बनेगा वो। नौकर का मतलब MP MLA से जो हमारे नौकर हैं, हमसे पैसे लेते हैं, खाते हैं, पीते हैं, हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, हमारी समस्याओं को सुलझाने के लिए वहां जाते हैं, उन लोगों की बात कर रहा हूं मैं। हमारे मालिक नहीं है वो, हमारे मास्टर नहीं है वो, हमारे सेवा करने के लिए बैठे हैं, तो उसी औकात में बैठे। हम उनको भेजते हैं किस लिए? जाएं, बहस करें, लड़ाई झगड़ा करें बातों से, वाद विवाद करें बातों से, और हमारे लिए सॉल्यूशंस लेके आएं, हमारी समस्याओं को सुलझाएं और देश को चलाएं, हमें चलाएं, हमें आगे बढ़ाएं। इसलिए इनको चुना जाता है, इसलिए नहीं कि जो मर्जी करें ना, बिल्कुल नहीं, जो मर्जी के लिए नहीं बैठे आप। हमने जो नियम बनाए हैं, हमने जो संविधान बनाया है और हम जो चाहते हैं उसके लिए आप चाहते हैं, कीजिए अपना काम। भाग गए, नहीं दिया वोट लोकसभा में, इसके लिए नहीं भेजा आपको हमने। वोट आप दीजिए, आप बहस कीजिए, नहीं तो आप सीट से रिजाइन देके वापस आ जाइए, दूसरा आदमी जाएगा वहां पे। वोट को समझ जिस दिन गई पब्लिक हमारी, जिस दिन पब्लिक वोट का मतलब समझ गई, बड़े बड़े सीट से उतार दिए जाएंगे। जिस दिन पब्लिक वोट का मतलब समझ गई, उस दिन किसी में हिम्मत नहीं हो ये पूछने की कि हमारी प्रधानमंत्री की सीट पे कौन बैठेगा। किसी की हिम्मत नहीं होगी उस दिन पूछने की। अभी खुल्लम खल्ला पूछते हैं, तड़ी देके पूछते हैं कौन होगा प्रधानमंत्री। यार ये प्रधानमंत्री का चुनाव हो रहा है, किसका चुनाव हो रहा है? ये हमने प्रधानमंत्री चुनना है तो भाई हम संविधान बदल देते हैं, हमें फिर बदल देना चाहिए, हमें इसमें अमेंडमेंट करना चाहिए, हमें लिख देना चाहिए कि ये जो वोट है सीधा प्रधानमंत्री चुनने के लिए हो रहा है। फिर हम जितने भी लोकसभा के मेंबर हैं इनको हटा देते हैं। इनकी आवश्यकता क्या है? क्या आवश्यकता है? If I have to elect my prime minister, what forces me, what action forces me to vote for MP? No meaning. Why should I spend money on this? What for? First of all, I have to fix relationship between myself and MP and myself and MLA. No fixed relation. I am voting for Prime Minister, I am not voting for MP. What relation I got with? I have a relation with Prime Minister. Then I have to elect Prime Minister or I have to elect Chief Minister. Simple. Remove all this. We don't need them. Why should I just spend money and everything for them? Let them go and sit at home. Finish. Do your job. Sell to your coffee. Open your shop or do whatever you want. जिस दिन आप सच बता रहा हूं, पढ़े लिखे हों या अनपढ़ हों, दिमाग से सोचते हो या दिल से सोचते हो, सोचते जरूर होंगे। जिस दिन ये आपने सोच लिया कि हमें संविधान के हिसाब से काम करना है, उस दिन न मोदी होगा न कांग्रेस वाला कोई होगा, उस दिन कोई होगा तो सार्वजनिक जनता वाला होगा। पब्लिक का आदमी बनेगा MP और पब्लिक का आदमी बनेगा प्रधानमंत्री बाद में। ये राजनीतिक दलों की दुकानें बंद कर देंगे, इनको उठा के अपने घर भेज देंगे, जब तक इनकी समझ नहीं आएगी कि इनको देश की सेवा करनी है। ये क्या समझते हैं कि अगर राजनीतिक पार्टी हट जाएंगे तो देश बंद हो जाएगा? अगर ये समझते हैं तो गलत समझते हैं। किसी के सीट से छोड़ जाने से सीट खाली नहीं रहती है। वो अलग बात है कि ऐसा वर्चुअल सिस्टम बन गया है पिछले सालों में, दशकों में, कि पार्टी को लोग ज्यादा समझते हैं और उससे ज्यादा नेता जो होगा उसको समझते हैं, अपने आप को नहीं समझते। हाँ, यदि हमारा देश अमेरिका की तरह होता जहां ट्रंप का ट्रीटमेंट, इम्पीचमेंट भी हो सकता है, तो शायद बात दूसरी होती, क्योंकि वो सोसाइटी जागती हुई सोसाइटी है। जहां तक लोकतंत्र की बात है, वो जागे हुए लोग हैं, वो सोए हुए लोग नहीं है। ऐसे लोग जिस दिन हमारे हो जाएंगे, हमारा लोकतंत्र जो मरा हुआ है जिंदा हो जाएगा। क्योंकि देखिए आप, आज भी हमारी गिनती लोकसभा के MPओं से होती है कि कौन पार्टी पावर करेगी कौन नहीं करेगी, परसेंटेज ऑफ वोट से नहीं होती है। आज भी बीजेपी जो जीत के बैठी हुई है, कितने परसेंट लोग, 35, 34, 33, इतने ही लोगों ने वोट दिए थे। और इतने ही लोग कांग्रेस के जमाने में वोट देते थे। कभी हुआ एक आध बार जब 50% लोगों ने दिया हो वोट। इनके साथ तो अभी तक ऐसा नहीं हुआ। मतलब अगर 35% लोग वोट देके सरकार बना सकते हैं, इसका मतलब यह है कि 65% तो उसमें इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, अपोजिशन में है उनकी, तो फिर वो सरकार कैसी कहलाएगी? इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं, आप अपने फ्यूचर को बनाने के लिए अपने दिमाग से पहले तो ये नेताओं का डर निकाल दीजिए। ये नेता आपको डरा के रखना चाहते हैं, इनका डर निकाल दीजिए और फिर देखिए देश कैसे चलता है। आप स्वयं नेता हैं, ये सोचिए। आपको स्वयं सोचना होगा कि किसको वोट दिया जाए MP बनने के लिए या MLA बनने के लिए, किसको ना दिया जाए। मैं ये नहीं कहता कि आप राजनीतिक दलों को मत दीजिए। अगर आपको लगता है कि ये कैंडिडेट जो है, उम्मीदवार जो है सही है, तो दीजिए। खाली राजनीतिक दल को देख के मत दीजिए। और क्योंकि राजनीतिक दल तो पैसे लेके टिकट देते हैं और फिर करोड़ रुपए खर्च के ये आते हैं, तो जो खर्च करेगा इतना आएगा भाई, वो क्या करेगा? मैं इस बात को मानने को तैयार नहीं हूँ। वो कुछ नहीं करेगा देश के लिए, वो सिर्फ ये देखेगा कि मैं अपना पैसा कैसे वापस कराऊं। तो आप ऐसे लोगों को चुनते ही क्यों हैं? अब एक ज्वलंत प्रश्न है, 233 MP ऐसे हैं लोकसभा में जिनके पीछे क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड है। अरे भाई, आपने ऐसे लोग भेज कैसे दिए? मेरे को तो ये बात अभी तक समझ नहीं आ रही। मैं पागल हो गया हूँ ये सोचते सोचते कि आखिर हमारे देश की जनता 233 सांसद भेज देती है लोकसभा में जिनकी हिस्ट्री ही गलत है। चाहे वो उनको कोई भी पनिशमेंट क्यों ना हो, लेकिन कहीं तो कुछ है। आग से धुआं ऐसे तो नहीं निकलता। फिर भी पब्लिक ने भेजा। कमाल तो इस बात का है, इस बात से क्या ये साबित नहीं होता कि पब्लिक वोट का मतलब नहीं समझती? साफ साफ साबित होता है कि हम लोग अपने मत अधिकार का मतलब समझते ही नहीं है। देना है यार, इसको देना, एक को तो देना पड़ेगा। क्यों भाई, कौन सी मजबूरी ऐसी? भाई इसको नहीं देंगे तो इसको देंगे, मजबूरी है हमारी? नहीं, आपकी कोई मजबूरी नहीं है। आपने मजबूरी स्वयं बना रखी है। क्या मजबूरी है आपकी? मत दीजिए, किसी और को दीजिए, स्वतंत्र वाले को दे दीजिए, किसी को दे दीजिए, खुद खड़े हो जाइए। लेकिन इतनी हिम्मत नहीं है, क्योंकि हम डायनेमिक डेमोक्रेसी नहीं है, हम सोती डेमोक्रेसी हैं, जिसका फायदा हमारे नेताओं ने आज तक उठाया है। वी आर ए स्लीपिंग डेमोक्रेसी, वी आर नॉट डायनेमिक डेमोक्रेसी, एंड abuse of this power these people have benefited, and they have been benefiting, these political leaders. They know very well that these people do not think. They know very well that these citizens are very innocent. They do not analyze anything. They do not read constitution. They do not understand what's this election for, what's the meaning of election. They just vote in name of leadership. This can be Rahul, this can be Modi, this can be Sonia, or this can be Yadav, or this can be Tanav, Panav, whatever is there. They shall vote someone because they have to vote, and we have to take votes. Only ambition is vote capture, other ambition is vote giver, and after that slave 5 years, for 5 years. We have to change this concept. You have to be active voter for 5 years. Voter doesn't mean vote time only. You have to keep an eye on what these elected people do for you. That is more significant. That is actually significant about our vote. That day shall be a real democratic day, real freedom day, when our people start thinking like this. Because we are not thinking like that, we are facing all such problems. समस्या इसलिए तो आती है, हम सोचते नहीं है। उसी तरह से है, एग्जाम की तैयारी की, रट्टा टुट्टा माल के पढ़ लिया, किताब रट लिया, एग्जाम में आया तो लिख के वही आ गए, समझा कुछ नहीं। बड़ी से बड़ी डिग्री हमने कर ली, समझ कुछ नहीं आया, बड़ी से बड़ी डिग्री कर ली। किसी ने एक एग्जाम्पल दिया मुझे बहुत अच्छा, बड़ी प्रोफाइल अच्छा एग्जाम्पल था। एक इंजीनियर था, कहता जी मैंने तो ऐसे ऐसे ग्रेजुएट देखे इंजीनियर्स के जो कहते हैं अभी झुक रही है बीम, इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, ये हिल रही है बिल्डिंग, बात कर रहे हैं, मैंने कोई झुकती बीम नहीं देखी, कोई हिलती बिल्डिंग नहीं देखी। बताइए, जो आदमी इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री करके आ गया, बैचलर बन गया, वो ये पूछ रहा है मैंने बीम झुकती नहीं देखी कभी कुछ। क्योंकि उसमें क्या होता है कि हम लोग जब कोई बिल्डिंग डिजाइन करते हैं या कोई भी स्ट्रक्चर डिजाइन करते हैं, उसमें कैलकुलेशनें की जाती हैं, देखा जाता है कि कितनी झुकाव आएगा, जो डिफ्लेक्शन कहते हैं इंग्लिश में, या कितनी फोर्सेस आएंगे, उसको कैलकुलेट किया जाता है। तो अगर एक इंजीनियरिंग पास करके कोई आता है और कहते हैं मैंने कोई डिफ्लेक्ट होती बीम नहीं देखी, तो आप उसको क्या कहेंगे? इसका मतलब ये नहीं होता कि बीम डिफ्लेक्ट होगी, मतलब ये था कि डिफ्लेक्ट हो सकती है, तो हम उसे रोकेंगे कैसे, मतलब ये होता है। मतलब डिफ्लेक्शन कैलकुलेशन इसलिए करके देखी जाती है कि ये कितनी झुकेगी बीम, और इसको वापस अपनी पोजीशन में रखने क्या करना चाहिए। उसमें हम देखते हैं कि इसकी इतनी गहराई रखनी चाहिए, इसकी चौड़ाई इतनी रखनी चाहिए, इसमें सरिया कितना रखना चाहिए, या इसमें किस तरह साइज का स्टील, अगर ये स्ट्रक्चरल स्टील तो किस तरह होना चाहिए। मतलब हमको कंट्रोल भी तभी करना है। लेकिन वो कहता है मैंने कभी देखी नहीं। अरे जब ऐसे बनती नहीं तो आप देखेंगे कहां से यार, सोचने की बात है। हम देखते बिल्डिंग बैठ तो नहीं जाएगी, बिल्डिंग कितनी गिर जाएगी टेढ़ी, वो देखते इसका मतलब ये नहीं बैठ जाएगी वो, इसका मतलब हमें वो चीज लगानी है, वो डिजाइन बनाना है उस बिल्डिंग में कि उसको रोके बैठने से, उसको रोके बैठने से, टूटने से, उसको रोके आग का इम्पैक्ट से, उसको रोके हवा चलती है हिले ना ज्यादा, विंड लिमिट से ले, उसके अंदर हम वो चीज डालते हैं तो वो हिलेगी या बैठेगी कैसे। हाँ, उस चीज में कमी जब रह जाती है तो बिल्डिंग गिर जाती है। ये बात समझते नहीं। तो अगर हम इसका मतलब रट्टे मार के पास करेंगे, खाली पास करने के लिए पास करेंगे, समझेंगे नहीं, तो आप कोई भी डिग्री ले लीजिए, सब बेकार है। वही बात यह संविधान पे लागू होती है। आपने संविधान बना दिया, संविधान चल रहा है, किन के लिए चल रहा है? उन बड़े लोगों के लिए जो इसका फायदा उठा रहे हैं, जो समझते हैं संविधान क्या है। राष्ट्रपति संविधान में बैठा है, प्रधानमंत्री संविधान में से बैठा है, मिनिस्टर संविधान में से बैठे हैं, एमपी संविधान में से बैठे हैं, सारे कोर्ट संविधान में बने हैं, सारे इंस्टीट्यूशन संविधान में बने हैं, पूरी मिनिस्ट्री संविधान में बनी है, सारे के सारे संविधान से बने हैं, सारी फौजें संविधान में है, सब कुछ संविधान में है। लेकिन आम पब्लिक जो सबसे बड़ी संविधान में है, उस बेचारी को तो पता भी नहीं वो संविधान है क्या। बाकी लोग संविधान समझते हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने पढ़ा है, वो उसका फायदा उठा रहे हैं। लेकिन जिसके लिए वास्तव में संविधान है, उस बेचारे को तो पता भी नहीं संविधान किस चिड़िया का नाम है, और वही जानना है। और ये जितने बड़े बड़े लोग हैं, ये नहीं चाहते कि आप संविधान को जानिए। अगर आप किसी वकील से कहेंगे ना, साहब आपने तो इसमें ये लिख दिया, इस कानून में ये तो है, कहेगा यार आप मुझे कानून सिखाने आए हो, वकालत सिखाओगे मुझे? अब वकील का जवाब यही होता है, मेरे बाप देखे, अच्छा आप वकालत तुझसे सीखनी पड़ेगी। आप तो बोल भी नहीं सकते, आप इतने पढ़ लिखे, मैं कह रहा हूं भाई इसमें ऐसा मुझे लगता है, अच्छा मैं कानून तुमसे सीखूंगा? ये जवाब होता है, क्योंकि वो जानता है वकील कि ये आदमी क्लाइंट मेरा बेवकूफ है, इसे कुछ पता वता नहीं, इसलिए तो मेरे पास आया है, ये तो बना के लिख के लाता है, मुझे क्या लिखना है। कोई भी वकील जो आप करते हैं अपने केस के लिए, वो क्या समझता है? वो समझता है कि आप उल्लू हैं, आपको कुछ पता नहीं है, यही समझता है ना। आप अपनी बात बता दीजिए, हम केस बना देंगे आपका, यही तो कहता है वो। और आप बात भी पूरी नहीं बना सकते क्योंकि आपको याद ही नहीं क्या हुआ है, और डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपके पूरे नहीं है। आप 2-4 डॉक्यूमेंट ले आएंगे बिना फाइल करके, देख लो छांट लो, उसमें क्या लिखना है, उसको समझ ही नहीं आएगा वकील को, फिर वो कहानी बना देगा केस बनाने के लिए। कहने का मतलब ये है, बेचारी जो जनता है, देखो सारे पढ़े लिखे नहीं होते किसी भी देश में। आप आज भी इंग्लैंड में जाएंगे, अमेरिका में जाएंगे ना, आपको यहाँ से लगता होगा बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है वो, बहुत पढ़े लिखे हैं, लेकिन आप वास्तव में जाके देखेंगे तो आपको पिक्चर दूसरी नजर आएगी। मैंने बहुत देखा है, मैंने तो यहाँ तक के इंग्लैंड वाले लोग देखे हैं जिनको लिखना नहीं आता, इंग्लिश उनकी अपनी भाषा है, उनको लिखना नहीं आता, और बहुत से तो उल्टे हाथ से लिखते हैं और कैपिटल्स में लिखते हैं। हमारे यहाँ तो कैपिटल्स में नहीं लिखते, लेकिन वहां आज भी 70% ऐसे लोग हैं जो उल्टे हाथ से लिखते हैं या सीधे से भी लिखते हैं, वो कैपिटल में लिखते हैं। जब किसी घर में जाके आप उसकी डिटेल्स को नहीं जानेंगे, आपको उसके बारे में पता नहीं चलेगा। और ये खाली इंग्लैंड की बात मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ, बहुत सी कंट्री है। अमेरिका वाला ज्यादा लिखना पसंद नहीं करता, बोलना पसंद करता है। इंग्लैंड वाला ज्यादा लिखना पसंद करता है, ज्यादा बोलना पसंद नहीं करता है। हर एक का अपना अपना। अरबी वाला तो हवा हवा करता है, ऑर्डर देता है, बस हो गया काम, उससे भी ज्यादा लिखवाने की कोशिश ना करो आप। हर देश की अपनी आज भारत में क्या हो रहा है, आज भारत अमेरिका बन गया है और भारत अरब बन गया। यहाँ भी देख लीजिए आप, सब बातें 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 बातें, टेलीफोन में बातें, बातें, बात बात पे बात, लिख के कोई देगा नहीं आपको, कोई लिख के देना नहीं चाहता, क्योंकि लिखने का मतलब है अपना सर फुड़वाना, अपनी प्रॉब्लम को इनवाइट करना। देखिए साहब लिख के दिया था, सबूत बन जाता है, सबूत बन जाता है। आप किसी भी साइट को देख लीजिए सरकार की, इनकम टैक्स की हो या कोई और साइट हो, साइट है, वेबसाइट है, कॉन्टेक्ट है, सब सब लिख के देंगे आपको। आप हमें कांटेक्ट कर लीजिए, टेलीफोन नंबर है, सब कुछ है, लेकिन ईमेल आपको बहुत कम मिलेगी। एक आध जगह छोड़ दी जिनका पब्लिक से इतना इस्तेमाल नहीं होता है, जैसे इलेक्शन कमीशन की ईमेल है या और होंगी, जिसका पब्लिक ज्यादातर पर लिखती रही है। लेकिन जहां पब्लिक की आवश्यकता है वहां आपको नहीं मिलेगी कि आप लिख के कुछ भेजें, और अगर वो मिलेगी भी तो कुछ ना कुछ उसमें गलती होगी और जाएगी नहीं मेल आपकी। हाँ, टेलीफोन का नंबर दे देंगे जी, बात कर लो, उसमें आपको फ्री में बात करने को दे देंगे, लेकिन आपको लिखने का चांस नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि वो जानते हैं अगर लिखा तो मरा, इधर से भी मरा उधर से भी मरा, कभी ना कभी तो मर ही जाऊंगा जब मैं एक्शन ले लूंगा, क्योंकि वो सबूत है। आज लिखने का जमाना नहीं है, बोलने का जमाना है। स्टूडेंट भी बोलता है, लिखता नहीं है। प्रोफेशनल भी बोलना चाहता है, लिखना नहीं चाहता। लिखने का मतलब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, अकाउंटेबिलिटी है। जो बहस होती है कोर्ट में, वो भी पूरी तरह रिकॉर्ड नहीं होती होगी, पॉइंट से रिकॉर्ड होते होंगे, ये इसकी बहस का ये रिजल्ट आया, करो सारी बहस रिकॉर्ड, सब लिखो, आप लिख के दीजिए बहस। लिखने में मेहनत लगती है, सोचना पड़ता है। मुंह से बोल देंगे तो वापस दे लेंगे, मैंने नहीं कहा था ऐसा, ऐसा कहा था, और साहब भी मान लेंगे। लेकिन लिखा हुआ तो लिखा हुआ है, उसको तो मना नहीं किया जा सकता। इस बात को समझिए, लिखने का कल्चर वापस लाइए। शुक्र है वीडियो पे बात करी जा रही है, पकड़ा जा सकता है बाद में। टेलीफोन पे तो नहीं पकड़ सकते आप। इसलिए लिखना भी जरूरी है। ठीक है, बहुत ज्यादा मत लिखिए, लेकिन जो आवश्यक है वो तो लिखिए। पार्लियामेंट की बातें रिकॉर्ड होती हैं, प्रोसीडिंग की, कर लो रिकॉर्ड। उसको रिव्यू कौन कर रहा है? कोई नहीं कर रहा है, बस रिकॉर्ड हो गई। मेरा मतलब कहने का ये है, हम जिस लोकतंत्र की बात कर रहे हैं वो लोकतंत्र होना तो चाहिए। अगर लोगों का उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है तो कैसा लोकतंत्र? अगर लोगों का इन्वॉल्वमेंट सिर्फ वोट देने तक है तो उसको मैं लोकतंत्र नहीं मानता। उसको मैं लोकतंत्र नहीं मानता, क्योंकि खाली वोट देना ही काफी नहीं है। वोट से तो सिर्फ चुनाव हो रहा है, कार्यक्रम नहीं चल रहा, फैसले नहीं हो रहे, चुनाव हो रहा है। उसके बाद वोट देने वाले का जिम्मेदारी खत्म हो गया, उसका अधिकार खत्म हो गया। एक बात सोचने की, लोकतंत्र तो पूरे टाइम चलता है, मेरा भी तो अभियोग पूरे टाइम चलता है, मेरा भी तो अधिकार पूरे टाइम चलता है, मेरे भी तो प्रश्न पूरे टाइम चलेंगे। मुझे ऐसा लोकतंत्र चाहिए था। ऐसा नहीं कि नेता जो कहेगा वही होगा, नहीं, नेता बात सुनेगा भी, लेकिन आज कोई सुनना नहीं चाहता, कोई जिम्मेदारी लेना नहीं चाहता, कि वो जानता है मैं कैसे ना कैसे करके जीत ही जाऊंगा। यह वास्तव में लोकतंत्र नहीं है, यह षड्यंत्र है। षड्यंत्र इस बात का कि मुझे वोट से मतलब, बस एक बार वोट मिल जाए उसके बाद बाय 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 मिस गुड नाइट, कल फिर मिलेंगे, 5 साल बाद फिर मिलेंगे, ये हो गई ना बात। अरे भाई क्या है ये? पब्लिक समझना क्यों नहीं चाहती लोकतंत्र को? क्यों सोते हो आप लोग? आप खुद क्यों नहीं बढ़ते आगे? आप क्यों इन नेताओं पर निर्भर रहना चाहते हो? ये तो चाहते हैं आप लोग, समझे ही नहीं। बस जंतर मंत्र में जाएं, शोर मचाएं, वापस चले जाएं। आप ये नहीं समझे कि लोकतंत्र जिस दिन समझ गए तो लोगों की सरकार बनेगी, नेताओं की नहीं। ये सब उड़ जाएंगे हवा में, पता भी नहीं लगेगा किधर से आए थे किधर चले गए। वो जानते हैं कि उनकी क्वालिफिकेशन लोकतंत्र नहीं होने में ज्यादा है बजाय लोकतंत्र होने के। आज की सरकार क्यों डर रही है? इसलिए डर रही है ये लोग भी लोकतंत्र में विश्वास नहीं रखते। उन्हें पता है कि जब पब्लिक जाग जाएगी तो तुम्हारी सरकार चली जाएगी। पब्लिक सो रही है, सोने दो। खाना खा के सेमिनार में कुछ थक जाते हैं, सो जाते हैं। एक साहब कहते हैं जो स्पीच दे रहे थे, पीछे वाले सुन रहे हो कि नहीं सुन रहे हो? अच्छा है सोते रहो, अच्छा है सोते रहोगे तो मेरी बात ही नहीं सुनोगे तो प्रश्न भी नहीं करोगे। क्या बात है, मैं बोल रहा हूँ मेरी बात मत सुनो, कोई बात नहीं, आप प्रश्न नहीं करोगे तो टेंशन नहीं दोगे। वही सरकार है आज की। मुझे उस टाइम वही बात याद आई जो सरकार आज की है, मुझसे प्रश्न मत करो, इनको सोने दो, इनको नोटबंदी की लाइन में लगाने दो, सोने दो, इनको नागरिकता की लाइन में लगा दो, सोने दो। खड़े रहेंगे, बोलते रहेंगे, लेकिन मुझसे नहीं पूछेंगे कुछ। परेशान कर दो इनको पिटाई कर दो, इनको पुलिस से पिटवा दो, इनको कुछ भी कर दो, इनको मेरे पास ना आए, मुझसे ना पूछे क्या होगी। देखिए आज ले आए, CAA ले आए, NRC ले आए, 370 की बात खत्म। और दूसरी बात खत्म, एम्प्लॉयमेंट के बारे में कोई नहीं पूछ रहा। इतना पैसा कहां गया देश का, कोई नहीं पूछ रहा। इतना देश में उधार ले जा रहे हैं, कोई नहीं पूछ रहा। इतनी कंपनियां बेची जा रही हैं, कोई नहीं पूछ रहा। पार्लियामेंट ने पूछा क्या लोगों ने? क्यों नहीं पूछा? लाते नो कॉन्फिडेंस क्यों नहीं लाए? नहीं लाएंगे। ये सरकार वही चाहती है कि हम ऐसा देश चाहते हैं जहां हमारे फैसले पे आप हाथ जोड़ें और प्रणाम करें। प्रणाम जी, हम आपका फैसला मानते हैं, आप हमारी सरकार हैं, मालिक हैं। भगत तो ऐसा करेंगे, लेकिन बाकी नहीं करेंगे। किसी की गुलामी नहीं कर रहा नागरिक, आप कहते रहो हम गैर कानूनी है, अरे हम आपको उतार देंगे सीट से, दिखा देंगे कानून क्या होता है। गैर कानूनी, अब सबूत दो आप नागरिक को। आप सबूत दीजिए, आप कहां से आए हैं पहले। आप सबूत मांगे उनसे जो आए थे 3000 साल पहले, मांगे सबूत उनसे। आप मांगे जब पाकिस्तान से 47 में आए थे, मांगे सबूत उनसे। इनसे सबूत मांगेंगे? सीधा साधा देश में शांति से रहना नहीं चाहते आप। पब्लिक को आपने तंग कर रहे हैं, पब्लिक को तंग करते रहना है, क्योंकि पब्लिक आपसे क्वेश्चन ना पूछे कि आप पावरफुल हैं। इसीलिए देश में क्रांति आती है और आएगी इस देश में क्रांति। इजराइल वाला पीटता है ना जिस तरह फिलिस्तीनियों को, और जिस दिन फिलिस्तीन पावर में आ गए वो बता देंगे आपको क्या होते हैं इजराइल वालों। इसलिए आप इजराइल मत बनो। जिस दिन दलित जागा, जिस दिन SC ST जागा, जिस दिन OBC जागा, आपको बता देगा कि वो क्या है। वो बता देगा आपको। मत भूलना, पावर कभी किसी की हमेशा नहीं होती, सत्ता किसी की हमेशा नहीं होती। ब्रह्मा विष्णु और शिवा को भी छोड़नी पड़ती है, दूसरे को चांस देना पड़ता है, वो भी परमानेंट नहीं होते, पोस्ट होती है। आदमी तो आएंगे चले जाएंगे, रिटायर भी होना है, काम पे से छुट्टी पे भी जाना है, और काम से रिजाइन भी देना होता है। इसलिए जब ये जिंदगी ही नहीं हमेशा के लिए, तो किस नशे में रहते हैं आप पावर के। हाँ, पावर को सही तरह से यूज करो, पावर को अच्छा करो, देश को अच्छा करो, लोगों में शांति कायम करने की कोशिश करो। आप तो जब से आए हैं हाय हाय के अलावा मैं कुछ नहीं कर पा रहा हूं। पहले लोग सोचते चलो कोई आया है, कोई नेचर ने भेजा है, भगवान ने शायद भेजा होगा हमारे को सुधारने के लिए, लेकिन आहिस्ता आहिस्ता पता लग रहा है कि आपके ऊपर कौन सा टिंट किया गया था, आपके शीशे पे दिख नहीं रहा था कि किस कलर के लोग हैं, इनके पीछे क्या है, कुछ समझ नहीं पब्लिक को आ रहा था। लेकिन आपकी किस्मत खराब है कि पब्लिक को जल्दी समझ आने लगा है कि आपका क्या चाहना है। और अच्छा है कि आपके साथ इतने मूर्ख लोग भी हैं, आप नेताओं के साथ आपके ही सपोर्टर इतने मूर्ख हैं, और छोटे नेता इतने मूर्ख हैं जो खुल्लम खुल्ला आपके खिलाफ बोल देते हैं कि हम हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाएंगे। बोलो, अच्छा है पब्लिक को पता लग गया कि आपके मन में क्या है। आपके मन में क्या है ये बहुत जल्दी पता लग गया, नहीं तो आप बेवकूफ बना सकते थे और 10-15 साल, और 10 बेवकूफ बना सकते थे। आप क्या समझते हैं लोग बेवकूफ हैं? I don't understand these people in this country what you are. Our parliamentarians are not working. They are not working. They are not asking anything. If public has to demonstrate on roads, and that is not very, very common now, it's very often. Many videos come every day on YouTube. Those who should speak for you, they are not speaking. These 550 people in Lok Sabha, they are duty bound. They are obliged to speak for you, but they are not speaking. They are not speaking. They are speaking for Prime Minister. They are not speaking for public. This is unfortunate. They are not representative of Prime Minister. They are representative on behalf of public, but they are not speaking. This means I should kick those because they are not working for me. Public has to think like that. But public is not thinking. Fortunately, one section of public has come up, a student who is thinking. And those are brave students, those are energetic students, they are thinking. One girl said, who are you to ask us questions? We brought to you power or you brought us? We are for you or you are for us. She's right. Prime Minister is not for people. Prime Minister is for nation. People are not his slaves. People brought him to that position, therefore he's Prime Minister. He didn't elect people. People elected MP and then they elected Prime Minister. So what you're talking of, it's citizen, it's people who are above you. And you are asking your masters, you're asking your employer, Prove it that you are my citizen. I voted to you to ask me, prove. Why did you come to me for vote? You are insulting citizens of this country. Why? Is it written in Constitution that you can ask someone, prove it you're citizen? If I am not citizen, how I am staying in this country? Did I get visa from you? Did I get permission from you? This means my life is worst because I am illegal. Why I am staying in this country? I should be thrown out of this country. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Intelligent people must understand this. All must understand this. Modi Bhakt, Modi Bhakt, Modi Bhakt, Modi Bhakt. Foolish Bhakt. Bhakti has also limit. Be citizen first. Until you do not become citizen, you cannot help this nation. Citizen is power. It is injection to treat politicians. I don't want to see politicians as commercial shops. I want to see them serve people. They are not serving. They are wasting national time. They are wasting everything. Tax, 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 every day tax, 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 everywhere tax, tax, tax. If I have to pay tax, I must get response to that. If I am paying you from tax, I am paying everything, citizen is paying you from his pockets. And you are speaking against citizen? For what? Just you wanted to create problem, nothing else. And you created it to keep attention of people diverted. कब तक चलेंगे ऐसे आप? जितनी भी प्रॉब्लम थी वहीं की वहीं है, वहीं की वहीं है. एक भी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हुई है. 6 साल होने को जा रहे हैं. माना काला धन झूठ था, मान लिया काला धन है ही नहीं, सब ड्रामा था. You just started with drama. You constituted that black money commission, Kala Dhan. You just constituted commission and MP Saha passed justice. What that commission has done? What are results? It's now more than 5.5 months, 5.5 years. We have paid salary to that for 5.5 years. Where is that commission? What that commission is doing? What achievements made? Is there some record? Should public not know that? You did so many things, no results. After all, where is performance? Do I have no right as citizen to raise this question? Where is economy gone? 8.5%. It was, where is gone? Still you are saying it is constructive. Despite knowing everything is in problem, you are saying constructive. People have to ask. People must ask. If you don't ask, you kill your legs. You axe your legs. If you don't ask, you are yourself your enemy. If you don't ask questions, you are yourself enemy. Because you are fulfilling choice of ministers. They want people not to ask anything. क्या कहूं आपसे? People should read Constitution thoroughly, those who can. And let government frighten itself. People are reading Constitution. They want you do not read any Constitution. Because they know governing knowledge, if people get, and they can get, It's the mathematical version. It's the mathematical something. It is law of land. And once they know the rights, which they don't know yet, the privileges they don't know yet, they will then teach. You will become students of public, and public shall of course teach you everything which you have not learned so far. Whatever MP says anything, they don't know anything. They can say something, and something. You are spending money of people on NRC. Futile exercise. Futile exercise. What gain in that? What did you gain? Did we get something? Or just disturbance in society and nation? Futile exercise of J&K. What did you get? Except embarrassment and harassment to public. Torture to public. Did you get something resolved? No. After all, why? Why it is happening as such? There are so many issues in this country which can take hours and hours for, you can say, consideration. Country was sleeping and major part is still sleeping. Time has gone. That time is not existing. That helps us. क्यों पागल बन जाए हम? क्यों पागल बन जाए? हम मूर्ख क्यों बन जाए? देख लीजिए राजस्थान में जाके, किसी जगह जाके देखिए आप, शांति कहीं नहीं है, कहीं शांति नहीं है। उसका कौन जिम्मेदार है? उसका जिम्मेदार हम हैं। हम भारत के लोग, कोई और नहीं। ये कहने में दिल चाहिए, दिमाग चाहिए। और आपको सोचना पड़ेगा, अब समय आ गया है। सच बात है, देश को बचाना है। देश को बचाना है संविधान के लिए, संविधान को बचाना है देश के लिए। और दोनों काम सामान्य जन ही कर सकता है। हम आशा नहीं करते बड़े इंडस्ट्रियल लीडर से या बड़े किसी से कि उसका समाधान देगा, कोई समाधान तो उसके पास होगा ही नहीं, देगा क्या? ज्यादा बातें करनी पड़ती, जरूरी है। हम कोई राजनीति वाले नहीं हैं जो बड़ी बड़ी भाषण देंगे बिना मतलब के। हम तो बात कर रहे हैं समझदारी की। आपको कुछ जानना चाहिए देश के बारे में। कुछ जान रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं जान रहे हैं। जो नहीं जानना चाहते वो बहुत बड़ी गलती करते हैं, और जो जान रहे हैं कुछ कुछ अच्छी बात है, फिर आप उसका क्रिटिसाइज भी करने का हक रखते हैं या अपनी बात को अड़े रह सकते हैं। बहुत जरूरी है जानना। बाकी ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है कि हम लोग कर नहीं सकते, आप नहीं कर सकते। भारत देश है, बिग कंट्री, वंडरफुल कंट्री, natural resources are here, everything is here, life is here, people are here, people can live very comfortably, but politics should be avoided. This political is causing a drawback to this country. This politics is causing harm to this country because this is fake politics. We have to understand that we are owning this country, and this country must be preserved by us. not by political leaders. Those who are murderers, those who are rapists, those who are having all kinds of crimes, they are sitting in this country to rule us. Should they be allowed? Or everything should be genuine? Everything should be genuine, authentic, empowered. But it's not. Who is responsible for that? Myself responsible, you are responsible. Students are doing good for this nation, for people, but they have a limitation also. They can do only for few days because they have to prepare examinations. But other students like me, like you, those students who have responsibility higher than students, these students, they have to take care of their families, their crops, all other areas where they can get, and make this nation good. Do whatever is required for this nation, because this is not one man nation, this is one particular population. अगर आप अभी भी नहीं सोचेंगे, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि आप सड़क पे सारे आ जाएं और सब कुछ कर दें, बात सड़क पे आने की है भी नहीं, बात समझने की। सड़क पे आना ना आना एक अलग बात है, बात समझने की आप क्या सोचते हैं, यहां से आपको क्या करना चाहिए। खाली रोटी कमाने के लिए सोचना है, या कुछ खाना पकाने के लिए सोचना है, या कुछ बस खाते रहो, पीते रहो, सोते रहो, देश जाए जो होता है होता रहे, हमें क्या लेना देना। तो ये हाल ही होंगे जो आज हैं। जॉब नहीं पढ़े लिखों के पास, जॉब नहीं इंजीनियर के पास, जॉब नहीं डॉक्टर के पास, जॉब नहीं सरकार में नहीं प्राइवेट में नहीं, क्योंकि इकोनॉमी की हालत खस्ता है। इकोनॉमी की हालत खस्ता है, बाकी चीजों की हालत खस्ता है। ऐसा कोई फील्ड बता दीजिए जो तरक्की कर रहा हो, यहाँ पे प्रगति पे हो। हाँ, एक चीज प्रगति पे है, वोट पोल इलेक्शन, ये प्रगति पे है, ये सब जगह है। चुनाव बहुत होते हैं और हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जाते हैं, चुनाव में जरूर जाते हैं। इनकी रोटी हजम नहीं होती चुनाव में ना जाए तो। उन्हें देश की चिंता नहीं है। दुनिया का भ्रमण करा लो और देश का चुनाव के लिए करा लो, दो ही काम है। दुनिया भर का भ्रमण करेंगे, सब दोस्त हैं इनके, सब दुनिया की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर दी इन्होंने, या देश के अंदर भ्रमण करेंगे चुनाव में, सारे चुनाव जीतने हमको। आपको चुनाव जीतने के लिए या दुनिया में घूमने के लिए ही तो नहीं बनाया, आपके लिए तो बहुत कुछ करना था, आप नहीं कर रहे। दुख इस बात का होता है। और आप क्रिटिसाइज ही करेंगे दूसरों को, उल्टा सीधा ही बोलेंगे, जो अच्छी बात नहीं है। एक प्रधानमंत्री को बोलने के लिए कोई एमएलए बोल दे, कोई एमपी बोल दे, चलेगा, कोई बात नहीं है यार, बोल दिया अपने लिए, बोल दिया अपने हिसाब से बोल दिया। लेकिन जब वो मेरे लिए बोलेगा तो क्या बोलेगा, प्रश्न ये है। हाथ से काम करना होता है आगे बढ़ने के लिए। ये हाथ जो भगवान ने दिए ना, ये हाथ, इनसे काम करना होता है, इनसे भागना नहीं होता। ये हाथ काम करेंगे यहां से लेके, इनकी कमांड यहां से आनी है। और जब आप हाथ से काम नहीं करना चाहते, हाथ दिखा के मारना चाहते हैं, तो काम नहीं हो सकता। फिर कोई आपसे मार खा लेगा, वो आपका कभी नहीं हो सकता। खैर, I am talking and talking has no limit, and I don't want to waste your time. I am really grateful to students of various universities that are raising their voice and they are teaching public actually. They are teaching politicians, they are teaching leaders, and they are teaching whole world that we have to follow them. We have to follow them. That is very important. Rather, it should have happened that people follow. People have to move first. These elected people should have led them, but elected people are not leading them. They are on hounds of dilemma what they should do. They should support Modi or they should oppose Modi. This is their dilemma. They are still not thinking for people. Still not thinking for people. I don't know why. Why they are afraid, or as if someone, as if there's a devil shall eat them. Not good, anyway, not good. We are great people, great society, but really not great because we are not thinking. We have no courage. We are taking our students for granted. We are taking our nation for granted. We are just thinking these people are only responsible. We are not responsible. I consider we are responsible. These people are not responsible because we are sleeping. They are abusing us. If you stop sleeping, if you start serious, they shall not do what they are doing. They would do what do you want. They do. They should do that. They do only when you want. You are not wanting, you are sleeping. Some people are happy. Oh, these Muslims, let them be Muslims, let them suffer. But they don't understand they are citizens. They are citizens. They are Muslims, it's their problem. You are Hindu, this is your problem. But nation is nation. It's not Hindu or Muslim nation. It is Bharat nation, public nation, Gणतांत्रिक nation. Everything is there. मैं बस आपसे सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूँगा कि थोड़ा सोचिए, समझिए। देश को तो संभालना पड़ेगा, देश को तो छोड़ा नहीं जा सकता ऐसे जैसे ही बोलते रहते हैं, और समझना भी पड़ेगा संविधान को। संविधान को समझ गए तो समझ लो देश तरक्की पे जाएगा, आगे जाएगा। बड़े से बड़ा नेता आपके सामने डर के आएगा, उसे पता है प्रश्न पूछे जाने हैं, question shall be raised, and they don't have answer for that because they don't understand Samvidhan, they don't understand Constitution. Hardly 2-3% leaders understand, others don't. So with this, I just think that you may think for nation, you may think for Constitution. We people of Bharat, we people of India have resolved to constitute ourselves into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic to secure to its people freedom, justice, and all that. This preamble must be honored. This constitution must be honored if you want to honor yourself. This is about religion because nation is about religion. We are not slaves to religion, we are slaves to our society management. It's very difficult to comply with the institutions of constitution. I call it a Bharat preamble, Bharat institution, Bharat constitution. Do you understand? With this, I close this talk. It's already more than 2.5 hours. So I think just moving further, I should say, I will just close with this that भारत भाग्य विधाता बनिए, भारत भाग्य विधाता बनना चाहिए. You have to decide for your future, for your luck. That is why we call Bharat Bhagya Vidhata. And if you want to use term Vande Mataram, you have to first understand Vande Mataram. That's Vande Mataram, what it is, what it stands for, and how you bow before that. And also your rights and fundamental duties. Everybody talks of right, everybody talks of duties. You have to understand them, and you have to teach this to your members of parliament. Teach them, question them, send mails to them, ask, this is our problem, how you solve it, solve it. Until you do not ask them, they will not solve it, because they are not going to see your problem. And once you ask them, then if you ask one time, you can ask second time, and second time, and third time, and like this you go on and on and on, and nation goes on and on and on. And if nation goes on and on and on, we go on and on and on. Democracy moves, socialism moves, republic moves, we move. Education moves, employment moves, industrialization moves, everything moves, and our leaders work with us, tell us what they have done for us. They have to keep in touch with us. They cannot run away. They have to tell us if they run away, why they run away. They are our representatives. They have to accept that our exit sign is there, kindly leave and go. That is my future. I bring someone else if you cannot work for me. And with this, I say, I bid Jai Bharat. Hope you do what you think is good for this country. आप वही अच्छा करेंगे, भारत के लिए जो अच्छा होगा, आपके लिए जो अच्छा होगा, देश के लिए जो अच्छा होगा, इन राजनीतिक नेताओं को सबक सिखाएंगे, इनकी अकल ठिकाने लगाएंगे, इन नागरिकता का सबूत मांगने वालों को असली सबूत दिखाएंगे कि चाहिए, इस सीट को छोड़िए जाइए, पहले आप असली प्रधानमंत्री बन के आइए, असली एमपी बन के आइए, क्योंकि आपने तो नकली लोगों से वोट दिया है। हमने नकली वोट दिया है, हमने जाली वोट दिया है, तो आप भी जाली एमपी और पीएम हैं। इसलिए भारत को जाली नहीं चाहिए, असली चाहिए। आप चाहिए और हम दूसरा असली लेके आएंगे और उसको शपथ दिलाएंगे संविधान की कि मैं असली एमपी हूं, मैं भारत के असली नागरिक को द्वारा चुना गया हूं। जय भारत।